put together the best Madden season ever by a professional player. He just won hundreds of thousands of dollars, numerous Madden belts. It was obviously the best player in the world. He dominated pretty much everybody he played against. And in this video, we are breaking down all of the games that he played on the biggest stage with the goal of you being able to take some of the stuff that he's doing to help you win more games. And hey, maybe someday you'll be the MCS just like he is. Let's get into the video. We're in the Ultimate Kickoff Challenge here. This is Madden Ultimate Team, and we have Fancy and Tamir playing for a cool $10,000 in a spot in the semifinals of this tournament. Now, Fancy is on offense right here as the Cowboys. Again, an Ultimate Team, though. And he is consistently, every single year, one of the best offensive players in the world. I'm actually a little bit more interested this year than kind of ever before to see how he's running offense. Because with the addition of switch stick, like, it's so weird because zones are honestly, like, very, very bad in this game. Like, they do not cover anything. But switch sticking makes route combos interesting. Like, you have to kind of change route combos a little bit to be able to attack people being able to switch stick some more. So he's in the Colts offensive playbook here, and you're going to see him audible round some, possibly quite a bit. He actually is going to immediately just snap the play flood. That's stock. Absolutely no adjustments. I'm kind of surprised. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! All right, that was a little Mickey. That was definitely a little Mickey right there. I didn't love the stock flood play, I can't lie. But, okay, so he's going to immediately go to the play wide trail. I'm curious if he motions his halfback out right here or not. He doesn't. So, very basic route combo this is. We have a tight end on a Texas or an angle route. We have square on a drag. So, you can get a little trail concept here in the middle. This guy's clearing out, and we have a post route coming back across. This route combo's been popular for years now. Out of the bunch strong nasty. Again, Colts playbook, but you can do this in other playbooks as well. And he actually may have had a dot right there, but that pressure from Tamir's in the 3-3-5 wide, or it might be 3-3-5 penny. It doesn't. They're almost exactly the same. They're almost exactly the same. We don't need to get into intricacies now. I don't love this defense. The goal of this is that, like, the old way this 3-5 used to be good is that you had 1, 2, 3, all these guys coming, and then 4, 5, and this would come in if you only blocked 5. So force people to have to block their halfback, right? They'd have to block them. This year, that's just not totally the case. And it's, in my opinion, it's just like, it's a nice defense to adjust out of. It's almost symmetrical. It's very simple, in my opinion. Like, it's very straightforward. Whereas double mug, you get into some, like, you have to use it with the safety, which gives up the seam, and then you have to go kind of crazy sometimes in double mug. So he does 4th and 12. There's some that when we watch Kiv, we talked a lot about where if you see this halfback go in motion from here to out here, he's usually, not always, but usually going to be on a streak out a bunch. And then we're going to have a little C route right here, or maybe a speed out, or maybe a corner, right? Just something attacking that sideline. And then here, I'm curious if he ends up blocking the tight end. 5 outing on 4th and 12 seems a little bit risky to me, but looks like he's going to. And yeah, there's the speed out. And he's going to. He actually gets pressure on him, but a good little dot. Notice, though, this is why Tamir likes this, apparently, because look what happens on the right edge right here. We're just going to get that pressure. Only sending 4, so that's 4 on 5 that came in. That type of throw, you don't mind. If you're Tamir, you don't want Fancy, completing that, obviously. But if he has to live on making tight window throws like that, you're actually feeling okay. Now, Fancy's going to check into the bunch strong and going to go into probably the most popular route combo in this game, which is going to just simply be this little number right here. Let's see, wait for him to set it up, but we're just going to have streak. We're going to have hot routed post, no stem. This is a little return route. It's stock on the play, and then corner route. Okay, this will usually get stemmed down. Halfback will usually block. Fancy actually leaks him out of the backfield to this flat, although you have some flexibility. You could put him on a flat here, could put him onto this flat, or you could just block the halfback here as well. A little bit up to you. This, Drini says that this is the best pass play in the game, and it's definitely the most called one. I don't know if it's absolutely the best, but you see a little dot right there underneath the Xavier Worthy, getting some big yards. Fancy, it looked like Fancy used the RB feature to cover the ball. It's also worth noting, we haven't seen Fancy on defense yet, but on defense, he's doing this, or he's doing it because of defense. He has paddles on his controller. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't 100% know what that means. I just know it's a nerd gamer thing, and yes, he's using paddles, so it helps with switch sticking, I guess. I'm not a super nerd. I am breaking down a video game film right now, but nonetheless. Anyways, throws underneath. That play, very, very good. I think whenever you get those return routes, a lot of people call them like inverted zigs. You see it right here from Xavier Worthy. Like they're so, so, so powerful. And it's just something you have to find a way to add into your offense. You're going to go high ball, catches it out of bound. But yeah, you see right there, like another play where he's trying to get that return route in. But Fade's down 3rd and 15. So he's at a 4th and long. Now here's another 3rd and long. Y trail. I imagine he's just going to post point wide receiver. Streak the halfback. So here, now he's trying to be a seaman demon. Let's see if he can. Gonna fade outside. Bang. Yeah.
And hey, if you want full offensive and defensive schemes that'll actually help you win more games, 98% of our members say they've won more games since joining, you need to check out my website, civil.gg, where we have offenses and defenses that are taught by myself and some of the best players in the world that will actually help you win more games. These range from money plays that you can start using today and concepts that you can apply to your own offensive and defensive schemes to help you start winning games while still doing your own thing. And better yet, you can get 30% off right now with code WINNING and instantly unlock everything you need to win more games and join over 2,000 active members. The link to that is going to be in the top of the description. And now, let's get back to the video.
In this route combo, this is a tough one. It really depends, right? So we have a cover 2. This guy's in a deep half. All right, you get the idea. Deep half. We have streak pushing him here, and then we have a fade. That's important. A fade that's pushing him here. This guy just can't defend both of them, and so Fancy's actually able to get a pass lead outside, where he's able to make that catch. Now, I think this fade didn't get as out as Fancy would have liked, but you kind of can see the idea right there of what he's looking for, as he's able to throw the dot to the sideline. My Google Fiber just said, we're standing by to upgrade your speed. I can't lie. I switched to Google Fiber like a month ago from Spectrum. Videos that would take like these types of videos, for example, are like 40-ish minutes, whatever this ends up being, would take 30 minutes to upload onto YouTube. Now it takes 2. Not kidding. It takes 2 minutes. Like from start to finish, basically. Processing takes another like 3 minutes. So 5 minutes total. It's insane. I don't even know if I want to. I might upgrade. I might go crazy. It might take me 2. I might record this and it will be live. And it won't even be a live stream. Anyways, see the Mutt team right here. Let's skip ahead. Tamir's going to be on offense. He actually is, I think, one of the only people in this who does not run bunch, but rather he's going to be in the Patriots playbook running the U-trips, okay, or Y-off trips paths. This used to be called U-trips. Now, I'm told he just spams one play out of this, but we'll see. Fancy in the dollar. When we've watched John Beast run dollar, it was a lot of this right here, trying to get this shed, and then you get edge rush, interior edge rush, boom. Fancy is coming out in double safety blitz and ultimately from there, but it looks like he's not going to do that as he uses Jefferson right there. Able to get a good gap shoot to blow up the run, though. A little loop. One of the best ways to blow up these shotgun runs, start on the same side as the halfback, so you're head up with him, and then loop around to where he's going. See what we have here. Do we send that? I'm curious if he sends that A-gap, and if he does, what that ends up looking like. Halfback on a curl. I don't love. A-gap comes free. Bang. And I'm surprised he didn't set up protection for that. I feel like that's a more obvious. Just feel like that's obvious that he was going to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel like that's why he's in dollar. Especially, you know that like some people are afraid of edge heat in dollar, but like when they're not, like these slot corners are both off. If they're right here, you'd have to be more worried, right? But because they're off, even if he blitzes from back here, you get an extra second. So you're able to have more time to make reads. So he could send that pressure, and it could be even good, especially if he catches them off guard. He's trying to double team him. Ooh, okay. He's gonna double team the right defensive end. Yeah, this worked last year, I believe. The same idea. Let's see. Boom, picked up. Throw the corner. I think you got to get a pass lead down on that. I think because there's a pocket right there, but I don't think he pass led that down. Didn't click out or anything. I think that was a ball he could throw. But just like that, Fancy able to get a stop. And now he's back in offense, going back to that Y trail setup. Now, here's another variation. So I call that first setup of Y trail that he ran, right? I call that his base play. He went like this. We had angle, streak, post, right? And remember, before, he had his halfback right here blocking. Now, same play. Everything's the same. But now his halfback's over here on a corner route, okay? It kind of depends on how you want to call it. Like, don't really call this, oh, that's a risk. Oh, I don't really call that a different play. I call it a variation of a base play, right? Everything's the same. He's making one alteration to where he's motioning out the halfback. Now, here's a brand new thing people are doing all the time, which is out of the play dagger. They're going fade right here, right? That's stock. And they'll go tight end post route, hot routed. This guy's on a stock drag. But then this guy will be on a streak. And this is just really good at attacking the seam. Halfback can be on whatever. He's going to motion the halfback out. Same idea with that corner route, apparently, it looks like. Yeah. But these seam streaks are pretty good, apparently. I don't use them, but I see all the best passers in the world using them, which means that I'm wrong for not like literally it's just like I'm probably wrong, right? Because I haven't started using them much in my offense. But now we're gonna see same idea though, seam streak on the left. This has big play potential. Yeah, bang, high ball. That's where like the high balls are so good in this game, man. You gotta be high balling. Hold the left bumper. You gotta be high balling. They're so, so, so good. Fancy not doing any kind of milking with the clock at all. The clock is going very slow. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. We're going to go inside zone split. Nothing really there. Gets blown up. Second and goal for Fancy now. Ricky Williams, his halfback, is tired. So he is going to sub him out right there. You're going to see a drop back. Like, that's rough, dude. Like, you can't really have a much better user. Because Tamir, like, as a user too, you have to be aware that you can't hit the wide receiver or else you'll get super easily. You'll get PI or you'll get illegal contact. So you want to play underneath him. So if they throw it, you can lurk it. But if they highball it, it's kind of like, what do you do? That's why tall users are really useful. But I mean, that dude's like 6'2". So it's like, I don't know. Derrick Henry powers in. That's what sucks for Tamir right there. That was actually good run defense, in my opinion. But doesn't matter what I think because touchdown. Now, Tamir's going to be back in offense, and we got to get something going here on offense. You see the run again. Maybe it wasn't the best run defense, but always tough to see one of your boys get put into the dirt. Always tough. Tamir back in offense. 48 seconds left in the first quarter now. And let's see what he's going to do with Jaden Daniels at quarterback. This initial halfback power. The halfback power run's doing pretty good against the dollar for the most part. Typically, that run's not great, but working out well here. Down 14. He gets ball at half, though. Little motion across. Gonna have that flag out. Gotta read this flat first. First read. And he's not going to go to it. Instead, he's just gonna pick up. Okay. Had the flat immediately, though. Like, that read was really simple. Slot corner came, and actually, like, that's Fancy mixing up a little bit, sending the slot. And then the outside corner backed up. So it's like, that's what that read you're looking for is. Is every first and 10, I mean, he's actually kind of gashing with that run, though. Like, he actually is. So he's going to that same motion flat play. It looks like this is really, like, his number one setup right here. I don't have a full, so we go flat right here. And this, like, I mean, it depends what everyone does, but, like, this is a nice snap throw that they really have to respect. We have post going over the middle. I think X is going to be on a whip and this guy on a streak, but we'll see how this actually plays out. We haven't really seen him do too much passing. Yeah, so essentially that's it. And he just goes that halfback curl right in the middle for a nice little gain. I guess that curl route, I said earlier I didn't love it, but it's doing a good job. That's to play tight end whips. Again, out of the U trips or Y off trips pats. Pretty good. Setting that 4-man off the left edge. Going to roll out. Nothing really there. Throws it away. So Fancy is mixing in not just that A gap that he's trying to get coming, but rather he's also sending some slot pressure, specifically off the left side a little bit. So let's see. Same motion. I think he's just going to... Okay, so a little different play right here. Why don't I have a little bit of a different play? As in route, got it. Yeah. And we've seen, or that's a drag, but we've seen that quick throw a ton. Whenever you have those shallow routes coming from the outside wide receivers, you can just kind of quick dot them, and they just do an incredible job of getting underneath or getting inside flat zones and then underneath anything in the middle of the field. You have to really like sell out for them a lot, I feel like. Looking to pick up this A gap right here. Fancy. One thing Fancy's doing a good amount is he's changing his user, but he's kind of tipping his hand before the play is snapped of who his user is going to be, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. So, like, let's see. Right there, he's moving him. Oh, so right here, like, this is Fancy's user. the A gap comes from this guy right here. But since Fancy's using him, you know he's not setting that A gap. This A gap just doesn't work. So now if you're Tamir, you can identify, okay, he's not setting this. He might be setting outside pressure here, but you know he's not setting the A gap, which requires different blocking. That's why that's important. So I'm curious what actually happens right here. Fancy sends, yep, the dual edge, which is fair, but Tamir is able to easily dot that up the middle. And you can see kind of how long this dual edge takes to come in, where, you know, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi would have at least been 4 Mississippis. And that's a lot of Mississippis. But touchdown Tamir, he answers back. Only issue is that he answered back kind of fast, but not even. It's just he answered back with 4 minutes left, which is like the perfect easy clock situation, even for someone like Fancy who doesn't want to clock. Tamir gets ball at half. But if Fancy scores, he's gonna go up 21-7. So yeah, that's why you see the run or the RPO first play. And okay, Fancy's gonna take the big gain. Okay. I was curious what he was gonna do. But he can still clock this. But that's why you see that kind of first play. Does Fancy not care about the clock? Because that's okay. Oh, that could have been a fumble. I can't lie. Fancy's had 2 of those. I talk about if you're somebody who's watched a lot of these breakdowns, especially in years prior, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you. Hopefully you're able to get value from this. Hopefully, even if you never watched one of these before, hope you get value. But I'm a big believer in that. If you're going to get beat somewhere, you want to get beat with the quarterback scramble up the middle, right? In this little coned area. Because there's so often you get a disengage from a D lineman and they hit the quarterback and they force a fumble. That's where you want to get, like, if you choose where to get beat, that's where, I promise you. Now here, Fancy's starting to clock a little bit more. I think he's, like, realizing it. No, he's going to go corner route, though. No, he's not. Throws into a little tight traffic right there. Had the corner route wide open. Yeah, now he's on chew clock. So chewing's definitely a goal. It's just, yeah, the first couple of play calls were a little bit weird. Or not even the first couple, just that first down play call. Here's the tight open inside zone. Gonna run this all the way down to 1. See if this gets underneath the 30-second for the play clock. It doesn't. So then we're gonna have one more play before the 2-minute warning here. And Fancy really wants to make this the last drive of the half. Not give Tamir a chance to even answer back. One thing to note, I guess we skipped over it. Tamir only has 6. So I guess he went for 2. So this is a good example of Fancy passing to clock. Tight end drag. This guy's on a little zig. Out route. In route goes about 10 yards. Nothing is going deep. No chance to score a touchdown this play, which Fancy's super fine with. He just wants a first down or positive yardage to kill more clock. In doing so, though, he calls a play that doesn't actually get open in this case, and now he's on 3rd and 6. That's why the defense sometimes gets at an advantage when you're trying to clock, because you're kind of calling, I mean, really just worse play calls, right? Or just like play calls that aren't meant to gain that many yards, which is tough. If you're Tamir, you almost want him to score a touchdown. Fancy's got to go. No, he's going to score. I think he wanted to go down. But Fancy will score right there. Go up a cool 15 on Tamir. And there's a little replay for you guys as we catch the end of it. And so that's actually like not that bad for Tamir, because he could tie this game up before Fancy ever touches the ball again. We have U-trips to the left. He's going to start with a halfback power. Fancy a little slow on the loop. So this is a mistake that I see a lot of people make all the time, where Fancy's using this guy, and the whole goal here is that he knows that Tamir wants to run the ball. He wants to loop. But watch where Fancy's user gets when he does go for the loop. Watch what happens. His user gets caught up a little bit right here. Like, he gets a little bit too aggressive, trying to blow it up here. And then that allows Ricky Williams to go here. Whereas if the user had just taken a wider angle, we'd have a meeting point right here. And the difference in that is, in this case, about 7 or 4-yard difference, right? Of where probably the contact would have been made and the gain, which doesn't seem like much, but there is a big difference between 2nd and 3 and 2nd and 7, in my opinion, especially 3rd and 3, 3rd and 7, 4th and 3, 4th and 7. Let's go back to another player here. Bad switch stick. Oh, I don't even know what just happened right there, but bad switch stick to the middle third. But here Fancy is again showcasing he's using this guy. Really, I think just trying to stop the run, maybe? I don't think you need to be worried about that, because this will be better against the run. He sends that slot corner pressure off the edge, but doesn't really get anything. Goes underneath. Ricky Williams on a 4th and inches. And this could be damn near game. I mean, it's not game, but it's like, ugh. I think you gotta be really prepared for the run right here. He doesn't run the ball. Nothing there. Oh, Tamir misses a read up the middle, but hits the read to the left side. Ricky Williams. And Ricky should go down. That's why he steers inside. Tamir does not want Ricky to, or does not want Fancy to get the ball back here. So what happens coverage-wise? It looks like we go for a scissor of some sort. We go man here, man here. I think we go just half cloud vert. This guy blitzes. So Fancy's looking to blow up the run with a blitzer right here and a loop from the user. I don't totally know, because something happened in the middle of the field here. Maybe maybe that left safety's in a, okay. So Fancy blew his cover. No, that was a man up right there. That was a man up. That's a flat. That's a man up. Boom, boom, boom. And then the user, this is getting a shed, but the user just didn't bite down or stay up because you want to take away that. But because he doesn't really get any kind of pressure, Ricky Williams going to be a touchdown. Barely, honestly. But with the lob throw up and out, able to easily catch it. Fancy has to burn the timeout. Yeah, manning up running back wheels usually will get cooked over top. They will get cooked. They will get cooked. Jaden Daniels, another halfback power. Probably the best run game that we've seen so far in this game. Just, I mean, and really, I think it's not even that great of a run. Or is he calling the trap? I think he's calling the power. He should be calling the power. You can tell by the blocking. That should be power. But, or no, is that might be trap. It must be. I mean, you can see the play calls. That's probably trap. Okay, interesting. It's just the way the block is working out. They're not actually trapping. Nonetheless, I think it's more so that, like, the dollar that Fancy's running is very susceptible to the run or to this specific run rather than that run being very good. Could be wrong. But now Fancy out of timeouts. Tamir just needs one play to get closer, kill this clock all the way down to about 20 seconds, and then just score. Right? Get a 20-second score. You don't want to score on this play, though. You don't want to score on this play. Big thing that a lot of guys are doing right now, 6-1, move the backers out for run defense. That's going to get them coming free a lot. Not always, but often. And actually, Fancy's going to be offsides here. Ricky Williams scores, but he's probably going to decline this or accept it. You don't want the touchdown. You don't want that touchdown. Accept it. He does not accept it. Leaving Fancy 48. See, he's going for 2. I hate it because you have a chance to make sure Fancy doesn't touch the ball again. And then you could tie the game up. That's why I hate it. I don't hate chasing points right here. Rolling out, able to get it pretty easily. But, like, Fancy has so much time here to go up 2 scores. 48 seconds with no runoffs when you call plays in this game. You can get 3 pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why it's like killer. I think you accept that penalty, call a 4-by dive, QB sneak, whatever, and then go 2nd down, 3rd down, 4th down. And is that aggressive? Yes. At the same time, you're playing somebody who you have, and again, he's played, I guess he's got Fancy to a couple bad downs, but, like, this game's just so hard to play defense in, man. I think you do that. I definitely understand the argument, though, I definitely do understand it, of, like, man, you have a touchdown, score the touchdown. I definitely get that. Gonna have that post route. Got it. The Duke goes down around, but, like, just like that, he's 7 yards away from field goal range. And just like that's why I think to win some of these games, you have to just be aggressive and be ballsy in some of those situations. Say, I don't want the touchdown now because I can. Dang, that's a wild streak. But in field goal range, and now he's actually gonna get shots to the end zone, right? Whereas that could be avoided had you just accepted the penalty, went down, and then 20 seconds left, he won't have a chance, right? Or less than 20 seconds left. But that's a killer. Tamir could have been in a spot after half to tie the game up without Fancy ever actually seeing the ball. 16 seconds left. Fancy's got to try to avoid things inbounds, but the way this game works is that you can actually call a play with no runoff. So, let's see. He's going to go verticals. Speed out right side. Get back. Nothing really there. Throws it away. 12 seconds now. Let's see what the play call is here. This has got to be a shot to the end zone. Unless you're throwing end zone, you can't do anything here. Timeout from Tamir. I'm a big advocate for that. You don't like what you have on the field, just call it, burn a timeout, dude. Burn a timeout, burn a timeout, burn a timeout. Tray open, trips tight and flex. You know, to go into dagger. Trips tight and flex. I wouldn't be surprised to see Fancy like go speed out, and he's gonna go C route instead on the left side. Nothing really there, nothing really there. Gonna try stepping up. Takes a sack. 8 seconds left. Look right here. 8 seconds left. He just took a sack. But there's no runoff right here. And so because of that, he can kick 3, and he actually kicked it with time remaining. He could have gotten tackled with 6 seconds left. That's insane. But all goes back to the clock management by Tamir to when he scored it on his last drive. It's hard to give up a touchdown, but like it's so hard, dude. It's so hard because I get the argument, man. I get the argument. If we were playing Madden on old gen, where defense just used to be so much better, and it was so much more realistic to get a stop, that's not the argument. But in this game, it's so easy to move the ball. I think you have to. Halftime, Fancy up 24-14. Tamir has ball, though. Still a really good game. All right, so Tamir dropping back to begin the second half. Going to roll out and throw that. One of the big things, we haven't really seen it too much in this game as maybe a touchdown. You're going to make a lot of throws on the run in this game. Like, you can make a lot of throws on the run, as you see right there. He's always keeping his U-trips to the wide side. And right here, so Fancy's using this guy. So you got to assume A-gap, boom, boom, boom. I don't think he's sent this guy yet from that usering, but maybe he will. But he's mostly doing this just to stop the run. I think he's really, the goal of it really is just, hey, make Tamir pass the ball. I think that's what he wants to do, especially on first down, where Tamir's actually ran the ball on every 1st and 10, which I feel like is kind of crazy. Runs it on 2nd and 8 right here. I think he thought that Fancy wouldn't be in the same run defense, but he was. So now he gets 2 plays. He's definitely going to go for on 4th down, I imagine here. Again, Fancy coming out in the double safety blitz and then audibling into whatever defense he wants to be in. That's going to bring these safeties down, which is a massive difference. These safeties are from here, go down all the way here, kind of really helping in the seams. What we got? Oh, that's a pick. That's a power switch sticking. That is a power switch sticking right there. Now 4th and 8 for Tamir. That's where, dude, those runs are like, it's almost like 2 wasted plays. Again, like on 1st and 10, it'd been working, so it's cool. 2nd and 8, I was surprised by. I was surprised by the 2nd and 8. USAA Stadium. That's the like the insurance company for vets, right? I'm pretty sure. I see commercials with them. Like United States. I don't know. United States of America something. I have no idea. / gaming. Dropping back. Got it. Maserati Marv. Got a really cool combo here. Really cool combo. So he had been motioning over Maserati Marv on a flat route consistently, right? But now he's going to put him on a streak, which is going to be a little stuttered because he's motion snap, right? It's going to take a second. This guy's going to push him back, which means the streak's going to get open in this pocket unless there's a deep zone right here or flat zone going there. But there probably isn't. So if we watch this in real time, you can kind of see. You see the spacing between these two. He has to respect him. This just needs to be a good pass lead out. This guy's at the marker. Users in the middle of the field waiting for the post. Really good route combo right here from Tamir, actually. Is able to throw that. You just have to get a good pass lead, right? Because if you pass lead that inside more, it's a hit. Pass lead up, pick, right? Got to get a good pass lead down and outside. Maybe even freeform it down and outside. And able to throw kind of a laser beam like that. Very good. Inbounds. Clock is going to keep moving. A really good conversion. I actually really like that play call. He hadn't done that yet. I'm a big fan of that play call. I think it's sexy. I think that was a sexy call. Because Fancy on defense, you know he has to put his flats at the marker, right? Wherever the first down marker is, which in that case is like 8 yards away. So you put him on 10. Now he's gonna do that same motion. This time it's gonna be a flat. He hasn't really thrown the flat too much though. Nothing really there. Gonna roll out. Picked off anyways. I don't know. Tamir's done this twice now. I'm just like, man, what are you doing? You can slide in that situation. You can hold the trigger and click both sticks in, and you'll slide. I don't know if that's like a panic thing. It was just like, damn, dude. Like, but the reason I was against some of the running, especially on 2nd down, It's 'cause I feel like Tamir's passing the ball for the most part at such a good level where I was like, dude, don't waste the plays. You have way more bang for your buck passing. Trevor Lawrence steps up. That's a laser. That's a laser. Yeah, man, that's I don't even know who he's trying to throw to. Is he trying to throw the curl route? Like the other curl, not the halfback, the other one? Just throw a dot or something across his body? See the C route right there, motion out Ricky Williams. See right here though, you need that pressure to come in, and actually it does. So I'll give him that. That pressure works pretty well right there. So let's see Fancy now gonna check into branch return, has this return route on the right side, has a streak from the Duke. And look, so this is what it looks like, right? Outside third starts out here, he goes back, middle third rolling up. This seems very open. And that's where a lot of people are attacking with these seam streaks. And I just think they're better this year than they have been in years past. And they've been good in years past. Don't get me wrong. You've been able to pass out of with seam streaks in years past. I feel like it wasn't as prevalent from tight sets as it can be right now, but yeah. That's what he's looking with Square right here, too. And Square didn't get bumped. He could have. Good pressure right there from Tamir, though. Again, 24-14 ball game. The Duke with a big gain the play prior. See here. Here's that wide trail play, right? He's going to motion this guy out, probably put him on a corner, stem him down. Stem down. Yep. Pressure is coming in. So overall, good pressure. Just coverage not good enough. Able to quick dot on that right sideline. Fancy's just moving the ball downfield pretty easily right now. See him check into PA Reed. I don't know what his play call is from this. I don't. Yeah, so go high low over the middle. Nothing really there. Oh, bad user though, but good pocket. Had the cross. Had the cross. Let's go tight end and no inside zone. Yeah, Fancy's got to get a little bit more. I feel like we got to chew the game a little bit in the confines of our offense. We're not really milking the clock too much. And maybe it's just just score. But and I don't think you need to call play calls to chew. But I do think it's something that's on your mind with how you're snapping the ball and stuff to chew a little bit. That's a nuts throw. That's a nuts throw to try, dude. I'll be honest. 2nd and 10. They're going to the Y trail. Gonna put this guy on a post, stem him down. No, no post. You go fade, streak. He has it. High ball, bang. Seam streak, high ball. I mean, easy peasy, dude. Easy freaking peasy. See, 2nd and 6 here. We skipped the first play. It was definitely a run, though. It was 1st and 10. Underneath, gonna go there. Xavier Worthy able to get it. That was a very basic high-low all the way across the field. We used to see that all the time in Madden. Not as much anymore. But literally what he did on that play was just, oops, this guy on a post, this guy on an in. That's what that previous play was. Now he's going to quick throw the flat to Maserati Marv. You do have to go fast if you're here, though, right? You don't want to hurry up because you get run off if you hurry up, but you want to call your plays kind of fast. You can go trips tight end for the first time. Here's if he's just going to quick snap verticals. No, he's going to go RPO. That got blown up. The RPO is not that great. Yeah, the RPO is not great. I don't know if he was just trying to catch Fancy lacking for a play, but Fancy's had that guy typically in a flat zone, so it's like, I don't know. 3rd and 2, you see Fancy user in this guy right here looking to blow this up. I would be surprised if he might even send him. He doesn't. There's a quick throw flat. Gets out of bounds. 1st down. 50 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. And this is really Tamir's stay alive drive, right? No points here. You're in a bad spot. Pressure off left edge. Not really there. Rolls out, though. Might try something crazy. No, gonna just get out of bounds for a 2nd and 9. Thought he might do something nuts. Trips left side. Always going to keep your U trips or the trip side of that to the wide side of the field. Got pressure. Good quick throw to Ricky. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, and he gets tackled for a 3rd and inches. Oh, that's kind of nuts because he's going to call that trap right here, I bet. If that gets blown up. Trap. That's rough, dude. I hope he gets his first down. Thank you. That's so fair. That was a Mickey Mouse first down right there, but he should have never been in 3rd inches, so I don't mind. There's been comebacks like this before, dude, but I mean, it's a tough spot to be in. It's a tough spot to be in here in the 4th quarter. Might make that throw. No, good throw right there. Randy Moss down to the 2, down to the 3. There we go. Like, that's what you need. There's a little bit of life right there. We just gotta get in the end zone fast, though. Right? Like, we can't be, like, just get into the end zone, dude. Got to. But think about how different this would be if Fancy could have gotten that 3 off before half, right? Then Tamir's only down 2 scores, so he needs a touchdown. Then he just needs a stop. Then it's a ball game, right? End of half stuff can play such a major, major difference. Be such an impactful thing in these games. Ricky Williams trying to get a sideline, spins up, gets tackled short, 2nd and goal from the 1. See that same defense with the 4-3-6-1, gonna widen out the backers from Fancy. Same idea in this situation, right? That's what you're gonna do. Now he's in just straight goal line. Same idea though, gonna move out the backers all the way. Actually, was that might not have been a goal line. I might be tripping. What was that? That wasn't double A gap. Let me see this. Okay, maybe that was double A gap. He moved those. Nah, his double A gap has dudes standing down or in 4 points. Interesting. Roll out. Good user from Fancy. None really there. Throws it away, and it's 4th and goal from the 2. Motions Maserati Marv to the left side. Looking for that quick hitch. Not going to be there because man coverage. Zig not going to be there. Yes, it will. No, it won't because of bad throw on the run. Finally, the throws on the run come back to bite him in a situation where he didn't really even need to be on the run, I don't think. Was he pressured off the left edge? No. Not pressured off the left edge. So it's just, yeah, the rollout. Oh, that just killed him for no reason. Fancy in a tough spot here on his own 2. See what his play call is. Good pocket, throwing the C route, able to get out of his own territory. That's massive. Fancy 304 for 3 tutties, no interceptions. And he's going to get into a situation, he's just going to chew this game out pretty much. No, 3rd and 10. Okay. Let me not get ahead of myself. First down here. That is game. But a stop here. Going back to that route combo, it's very, very good this year. Talk about it at the beginning of this. Rolling out. Nothing really there. Always got to get circle late. Dot. Boom. Yeah, and that's going to be just about GG's. Yeah, he's chewing this game out now. Just about GG's. Tamir, 3 timeouts, but Fancy's punting on 4th and 6 with 1:26 left. That's game's cooked. We'll watch this. 3rd and 20. Down 17. Underneath. Xavier Worthy able to fight. Gets to a 4th and 4. Timeout from Tamir. You do gotta, I do respect the fighting. You do gotta keep fighting. Very rarely are you in a situation like this where you're at a live event. And hey, what a great story. Like, you can't have an insane comeback story if you give up. Let's see what he does on 4th and 4. High ball, bang, holds, knocked out. I'm surprised he dropped that, actually. That's good GG's. Fancy 31 moves on to the semifinals, where he's going to play, I believe he plays John Beast in the semifinals, but I could be incorrect. You'll see here on the channel. We have a bunch of breakdowns. We have Fancy versus Astro here in the Ultimate Kickoff Challenge. Now, this live event was about a month ago now or so, but I think there's a lot that happens in this game that is slowly starting to trickle into online play. I think you'll learn a lot from it, especially as we've gotten more and more comfortable with Switch Stick and understanding what Switch Stick is. So I want to point something out here, and this is like a major, major thing for me. So Fancy's in this free safety zone blitz. Double safety go is the play he's coming out in. So he's coming out in double safety go all the way into free safety zone blitz. His safeties are down into the box right here, okay? Keep that in mind. Now, with gun bunch, we have 3 receivers right here. Very popular formation. Halfback here, ISO wide receiver here. So I'm going to ask you a question. How does this deep area of the field get attacked right here? I'm not talking about this area, right, which would be like a streak from him. I'm talking about this seam in this area that this guy is responsible for if he was in a deep blue. It really just, it can't get attacked very well, right? because this wheel would take time. This guy maybe on a C route, and then anything else would be a crosser. Okay. Now, let's get into this a little bit further. You're gonna see why I mentioned that. I just want you just throwing food out there right now, and we'll talk about this in a second. So, right here, you just saw something. One of the ways you would attack the area is a tight end post route. Well, a big reason for the tight end post is because people want to throw that tight end post underneath the deep blue, right? They want to throw it right here because deep blue plays above it. Have you ever seen people throw post routes or crossers underneath deep blues? This is that idea. But look what Fancy does. His user started down here. I can't remember which guy. His user was one of these two guys. But now look where his user is. It's on Sean Taylor up here. He switch sticked onto it. What that allows you to do is he came down freely to play a post route that Astro would have thrown. Astro would have thrown that route for a gain of 15, and it would not be 3rd and 6, it would be 1st and 10. Now let's see what happens on 3rd and 6. A lot of what you're going to see here, a lot of times, is a lot of route concepts come from the receiver side and attack this area of the field, right? And in trips tight end, let's take that for example. Trips tight end, we'd have 1, 2, 3. We have a tight end right here. A lot of these routes you're trying to throw are in this area and this area again. It's crossers, right? Or it is a tight end corner in trips tight end. Again, this falls victim to the same idea. We're going to showcase it here soon again. Because if there's no clear out route, you can switch stick onto deep blues without a single concern. And geez, that is nuts. That is nuts right there. And you got to see it again, though, from Fancy right here, where he switch sticks onto this deep blue, plays the post a little bit, then switch sticks underneath perfectly. That play right there, I've actually not really seen a play like that kind of happen, I'll be honest. That's a little bit nuts, where the ball, like, I don't know. He lobbed on, actually, got spooked, but then just, like, hit his dude? I don't know. That's interesting. But Astro wants to attack that area of the field, right? He wants to attack up here. Consistently, though, we saw it again right there. Great defense by Fancy. Great job. I think he went Mabel on the left side right there. But look, watch this deep post. He's going to get underneath the deep blue who's here. He gets underneath that. But watch what happens. Watch, boom. User went from here to here. This post route's getting open. Everyone's throwing this post. Now it's not. And on the left side, this actually was just a cloud flat deep half. So the coverage was boom, boom, deep half, third, outside third, cloud. Astro just read this guy as dropping back further, so thought he'd have this opening right here. This guy stayed put because he was a cloud. Not sure if he was dropped or not, but nonetheless, boom, picked off. And just like that, Fancy takes a big momentum shift early in the game. This, I'm telling you, dude, switch sticking, understanding how it works is massive. Understanding how it works in the defense that you're running is huge. Notice Fancy is very frequently getting onto his deep middle blues and cheating because Astro is not running any clear out routes to the deep middle. So he was able to. I actually saw this favorite Madden memory, scoring a touchdown on the last play to make top 8 in Madden NFL 20 Classic. I got to watch that live, actually. I was there. That was very cool. I remember watching, like, that was jeez. It was insane. He was playing a dude named Trey Kings. If you know who Trey Kings is, it means you play a lot and watch a lot of Madden, by the way. If you know who Trey Kings is, good dude. Seemed like a good dude. But that is a niched Madden player right there. Comp Madden player. Jeez. Now we got Fancy on offense. He's going to flip his bunch to the short side right here. I've become more and more of an advocate over time of really making sure that you make your opponent uncomfortable in some way. And so, especially on offense. And so what I mean by that is, let's say you want to be somebody who runs bunch, okay? Or whatever formation. I'm just using bunch as an example. Well, if you just want to run that and you want to come out in bunch, at the very least, if you know you want to run your bunch to the right, why not? Oh, whoa. If you know you want to run your bunch to the right, why not come out with it to the left and then flip it? And the reason I say that is because that's going to put stress on the defense because they adjust and they're mentally ready for bunch to the left. Then you flip it, and now it's a little bit more frustrating. It's tougher to get all your adjustments set up, and you get a little bit of an upper hand just from the fact that they are unable to know exactly what to do right when they break the huddle, right? They have to adjust a little bit more on the fly. That should have been a pick from Fancy, though. That absolutely should have been a pick. We'll see, though. I do think very early on, and even, I mean, especially since this has happened, 4th and 16 kicks, even since this has happened, we have seen switch stick get better and better with different comp players using it. But right here, we get a little bit DB fire, Look what he does again right here. Look who he switches to. Right? It's this guy, this weak side safety right here. Weak side safety is able to switch to him, and he gets free reign. This post route would have been open. He does it again, and it's throwing Astro for massive, massive, massive loops. Now, in the middle hash right here, you got to be expecting slot corner pressure from Fancy, something like this. He's probably going to go a big coverage shell. It's happening a lot. And I'll let this play run out. Okay. Good little underneath route. A big time coverage shell that is happening very consistently because of this meta is, let's see if he flips first. He's not going to. Okay. Is going to be a inside quarter, inside third from this guy, outside deep blue, deep half, cloud, and then like pressure right here, flat, hook, user. Hook, user. Something like this right here. Because it allows you the flexibility to, when the ball is snapped and they run crossers, to hop on this guy and to take away that crosser. Okay? That is massive, massive, massive. We're going a little bit deeper into detail, so if you like this more advanced stuff, let me know in the comments, because I like this is a little bit deeper than I'm really comfortable talking about. Most of the time, people are just, jeez. That was pretty basic switch stick, but for the most part, people just want to talk about money play, this cool blitz, this, that, whatever. If you like the more in-depth stuff, though, that's actually, like, this is a big thing that helps you win. Like, just straight up just helps you win a lot of games. Let me know. So, here we go. Once again, Fancy this time just kind of usering. Kind of switch stick a little bit too much right there. Really didn't really need to, but he does. And that is the thing, though. You can get into trouble switch sticking. I'm talking about a lot of the positives when it comes to switch sticking, but you could get into some bad situations. But Fancy's being very smart of who he switch sticks to, because that top left safety, not much responsibility. Now look at that right there. That's gonna get, he dropped it, but look at this. Fancy recognizes who's open. Who's getting open? He's running that shell, right? This is a cloud. Okay, so he doesn't cover 2, right? He sees a corner route. And he knows he's in cover 2. You and I both know corner routes get open against cover 2. So what does Fancy say? Fancy says, let me actually hop on this guy and make this a tough throw where Astro has to pass lead all the way up and catch it in contact. Now, I'm actually surprised Astro didn't catch this, to be honest. But, just because usually in this game you catch it. But that is, again, a prop to Fancy for having really good switch stick, okay? Like, that is just what that is. That throw gets easily completed without that switch stick. It's little things. He's not changing his defense necessarily. He's not, making incredibly awesome adjustments. He's just reacting with switch stick and knowing what's on the field, right? A lot of this is execution on the field. Something that I don't know if people want to talk about for some reason. Boom, right there, and that's a crazy one. That's a super risky one, okay? So let's check out what's happening here. We have backside post. Users right here. This guy's out of the play. This guy's out of the play. This corner route could be getting open. This guy's in man coverage. We have streak clearing out deep blue. We have this guy. He's just an idiot. Fancy really should switch up to this guy, ideally, to come down. Instead, though, Fancy is going to switch onto the deep blue on the right. See, notice how the ball's not even thrown yet. Fancy's already getting over here because he sees this breaking open. Now, this would be open for a touchdown. Astro, though, 4th and 6, he's anticipating that this route that's running into open space is continuing to run into open space. Guess what? He's not, and that is going to be enough for an incompletion. Aggressive switch sticking right there, but on 4th, I feel like you have to sometimes. You have to aggressively switch stick sometimes. So, that right there, just a great example of it, dude, of some of the risk. But, I mean, if you didn't do that, it wouldn't have worked. Boom. Astro running the 3-4 odd defense. This isn't as good anymore with Gunslinger being in the game. At this time when this was streamed and played, there was no Gunslinger in the game yet. Now there is. So Gunslinger just gets the ball out faster and a little bit harder to run a blitz heavy defense like this. Goes quick throw underneath. Does he make someone miss? No. He's unconservative. Fights though. I respect that. All right, so let's look at the route combo from Fancy right here. 3-4 odd. He's man aligned. How do I know he's man aligned? Because we have boom, boom, boom. Right? 3-4 odd. These guys are all covered. This guy's covering him. Nobody outside. Means probably man alignment. Okay? Now, Astro wants to blitz a lot. So let's think about it. If all of these dudes are blitzing, right? Give or take. And especially if this dude is. This guy's on a wheel. this guy's on a drag. Who defends these? Wheel, drag. This is one of the oldest route combos of beating mana line from trips. It's very hard to defend. You really can't blitz it as long as you make the right read. Very hard to defend. Let's see what happens right here. He ends up blocking the halfback. Had he kept on the wheel, he actually would have been open on the wheel. You could literally see on that play, Fancy ends up checking out of that route combo, but I think it would have been a good one had he stayed with it. He's going to flip into the bunch offset now. Bunch short side. Got to check tight end. Check seam streak. Now he's going to block tight end instead. All right, I've been wrong back-to-back times. I'm an idiot. Go seam streak, though. Touchdown. Okay. Easy enough. Here we go. We have bunch to the right. So which side can you be more flexible and especially early on in the play, be willing to switch stick to? Right here, look at this. Where? Right or left? Right or left? Which one? It's left. Why? Because if you switch stick onto this guy, even hesitate for a second, this guy's on a streak, touchdown. Switch stick onto this guy, there's no one pushing this guy deep, so you can just switch stick onto him, right? It's easy to switch stick onto him. Let's see what happens right here. He switch sticks onto him, and he throws it. And that's actually a pick. And that's how this game ends up becoming, you know, we get closer and closer to this game just being a total flood. And it's literally due to how Fancy is approaching the game with switch sticking. And there's so many different things you could do with it. So many cool ways that you could play defense and so many different things that you can make up for like busted coverages and stuff like that. Big thing though is, man, to avoid that, you have to have clear outs. Like, you just have to. Ooh, good click on. Good click on. Let's do a little hypothetical here. If you're Astro and you see this out route breaking open, who should, in this hypothetical, who should Astro, if he was going to switch stick, switch onto? He could have, and this is hard, but he could have switched onto this dude and peeled up, right, early. Instead, what does he do? He clicks onto that dude, which is good. Almost makes the play, but you see what I'm saying? Now you can start seeing like kind of the pieces of the puzzle going together for how you could switch stick. And then a big thing a lot of people ask me is like, Civil, I feel like it's not going in the direction I'm putting it, right? Because all right stick. Your player has to be in coverage. You have to be using the right stick and flick it on a pass play. You might be saying, oh, Civil, it's not going where I want it to be. That, you just have to get better at being comfortable with how to switch stick and where to switch stick. It is incredibly sensitive. And it's sensitive based on where the player you're trying to go to is and where you are, okay? That's how it's sensitive on. So if you were to be closer to the line of scrimmage, you might not always have the same directions as if you were further away from the line of scrimmage, right? Depending on how that guy is that you're trying to switch to. Second and goal from the 8. We have 3-4 out right here. It's a tough situation. We got to be, you can go 5 wide right here. Boom. That's a great switch right there, just not able to pay off. That is an incredible switch right there from Astro. Right? He sees that Fancy going to quick throw this flat. He's just going to go straight down. Just not able to actually make the play on it. Fancy able to cut it off. But good switch. Good switch. And stuff like that. One of the big things that people don't mention, and I really felt this when I was first getting back into comp this year, was it makes you hesitant to throw the ball. Because you don't know where someone's going to switch to always. You just get super, super hesitant on, do I want to throw here? Do I want to throw there? What do I do? And that can be tough because it feels like dudes can be everywhere sometimes. Like, it really feels like that. Third and goal goes with the duo. That's tough. That's tough for Astro. You really need to stop right there. You really need to stop right there, Astro. All right. First play. We're still in the first quarter. See that switch stick again. Trying to take away that post route. Doesn't. Astro works underneath it. Good on him. And we are now finally in the second. So again, where can Fancy kind of freely switch stick to if he wants to? Left side. Right here. Nothing there. Boom. Incredibly tough throw by Astro. 2nd and 9. He's going to go kind of a, I don't even know, maybe a rage hurry up. I don't know. I think he does not get ball at half, so he needs points. He needs points. Going with that same route combo. That just ends up being good defense. I will say, though, notice what Fancy has to do on the switch. Notice what Fancy has to do. And I'm not 100% sure. Let's back this up. Who's on this tight end? Who plays this tight end right here? Oh, so Fancy. So this is where things are interesting. Because, so, when you switch stick off of somebody, this is your user, they go and play their assignment, right? Whatever their coverage assignment you have them in is. Fancy manned this guy up to the tight end. Okay. So watch as Fancy switch sticks onto this deep blue, but the tight end is still played. That's by the man up. You can watch it right here. Boom. Also, watch what Fancy has to do. Astro has a clear out route that's attacking this deep blue. Can't switch stick onto him, right? You have to play the deep blue, basically. You have to. There's not much flexibility here, which opens up circle underneath. Just Astro missed the read. But it opens up circle underneath. Now you see what I'm kind of getting at here, right? Let's go 3rd and 9. Corner route. Boom. Corner routes are super switch stickable. Think about this route right here. Corner route, nothing around it. So this dude, there's no way, if nothing's around it, there's no way for this dude to ever be bad to switch stick to. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't get beat over top. So you're good. One of the issues with bunches here. Right? Goes quick throw instead, makes the tackle short. Gonna be on a big 4th and 3 here. This is kind of Astro stay alive play, give or take. Like this could be a big one. Let's see. Probably gonna be pressure off the right edge, I'd assume. Maybe both. He goes pressure off right edge. Nothing there. Goes seam streak. Got it. That's one big way to attack the switch stick. Is if especially just zone coverage in this game, and they've buffed since this. They have buffed how these deep zones play. They play better, not good. Don't get that confused. They play better though. Oh, that is not a throw. That is not a throw. They play better, and those seam streaks are a little bit harder, but you can still attack at the seams. You definitely can. Let's see what we have here. Pressure's picked up. Goes there. That's a crazy, crazy, crazy throw. I mean, you can just kind of see Astros in. I mean, he's not making any decent reads right now, really. He's in a tough spot. It's just like, I think sometimes you just get flustered going up against switch stick, especially early on, because this was before people were really that good with switch stick. You just get flustered. Nothing there. See him hit onto that deep blue. Tried going for that rocket catch, not able to get it. And 4th and 10. Astros gonna go down 3 scores, down 17. And let's see what the play call is here. Oh, he kicks. He ends up kicking right here. Okay, stays alive. Fancy checks into gun tight open. Gonna call it inside zone. Actually can be a decent run sometimes, but that time gets blown up. Big thing for him is just trying to milk this game. I actually, the way you're playing offense right now for Astro, I don't think he gets ball at half. I'm like kind of tripping right now. But like just staying alive like is nice. Just stay alive, get lucky somehow, right? Whether it's a fluke pick, a fumble, just anything, right? And then a fluke touchdown. You think about a really good example of this is when NIU beat Notre Dame, right? Northern Illinois University beat Notre Dame. They're nice. Nice. There's a little seam streak right there. The way one of their first touchdowns was honestly like a play that really would often not be a touchdown. If you watch it, I'm talking about like it was a throw to a halfback on like on a slant or a post or something, and then the way he caught it and the way he got out was like that's not gonna be super consistent. But that's what you need sometimes when you're going up against a team that's better than you, like in general, right? You need some fluke situations, some fluke stuff. And in Astros case, like the team is better. I'm just Fancy in this game is significantly better than him at this time, right? So it's like you just need to stay alive, get a fluke stop or something, get a stop, put together one good defensive drive, get a fluke touchdown, and then you're right back into the game, right? Instead, though, Fancy scores very quickly. Astro now down 21, 2.5 to go in the first half. Goes quick check down, gets taken down. This corner out by itself, I just think can be so risky. Boom, goes underneath. That route combo is a killer for switch stick. Doing a little bit better job of getting underneath, hitting those windows now. What we do here? Bunch to the left side. Go corner route in. In probably comes a streak. Yeah. Going back to the same route combo again right here. Goes corner route. That's not a great throw. He's trying to hit this. So a big thing with baseline, right, is picture this guy being a cloud. This guy's already here. So you have all this space around him to throw in front. Whereas if this guy was starting up close and he was still in that cloud, right? Let's say he's right here. Then he's running with you the distance. So one of the big ways to attack baseline is actually just throwing before they get to the guys. Now I don't love that idea, but that's what he's trying to do here. You can kind of see that trying to click on underneath it. I don't think it's the best way, but like that's the thought process with it. That's what he's trying to do. It's just like it's hard to do. Now he's going short corner from the tight end. Boom. Pressure picked up again. Underneath. Gonna bring him to a 3rd and 6. Astro does not go hurry up. Would chew the clock at this point. Getting points here, dude. You have to. You're down 21. Have to find a way. Have to find a way. It's going back to that same corner route. It's essentially the same idea, too. Bagged right there. Corner route. That time picked off. Fancy gets it. Yeah, and in this game pretty much just becomes a pretty bad flood, I'll be honest. Jeez. Like, it becomes a pretty bad flood. We'll see what Fancy does right here. Does he score tutty? He does. I'm not going to show the rest of this game. There's no this game's yeah, there's no reason to show that. MCS matchup, we have thousands of dollars on the line right here, and you're actually going to see Big Tay against Fancy. Now, notice something. There's 4:51 left in the first quarter, and Big Tay is already up 7-0. They didn't get this first part captured, but they're going to throw it back to a replay. Big Tay's brand new to the MCS scene. Fancy is a defending champion. You'll see very quickly that the switch tick from Fancy ends up screwing him, and he gets a easy touchdown. Let's watch this again. We have an inside third right here, inside quarter. This guy's dropping back inside quarter. Fancy's users right here. What we're going to see is that Fancy immediately switch sticks onto this guy, kind of bites down too low. I don't know if he meant to get on this guy or not, but as a result of it, we end up getting a massive play. You'll see right here, Joey Porter bites down a little bit. Super easy touchdown. Now, you can recover from something like that if you recognize it fast enough by switch sticking onto the outside corner. Fancy doesn't do that here, and Big Tay, in his first live event ever, playing one of the best players, the best player in the world right now, immediately gets an easy freebie touchdown. And throughout these tournaments, if you can find ways, right, whether it's your opponent messing up, whether it's a couple coverage beaters you have, kick return touchdown, whatever it might be, to score easy touchdowns, it takes so much pressure off you because there's going to be a lot of hard touchdowns you have to score. You're going to have a lot of drives where you grind it out, convert some big 4th downs, especially in a game like this. Like, you're going to have some 4th downs you have to convert. If you can limit those and limit the drives that are hard on you, it's going to increase your chances so much. It sounds obvious, but if every drive is a struggle drive, it's tough to win that game, right? It's a big reason why on defense, you want to make every drive tough for your opponent. Fancy on offense here, going to do a little stop and go with Fred Taylor, gain of 8. Fancy in the Detroit Lions playbook. This is actually a playbook I run quite a bit right now, so we'll see some stuff. And he's going to come out here in the bunch X nasty. You're going to see it to the short side. Now, what's important with this is that, and let me actually get a better pen icon here. What's important with the bunch X nasty to the short side is when you audible to trips tight end flex, which has the best play in the game, in my opinion, you're going to get that trips tight end to the wide side of the field, which just allows you to get a little bit more spacing. So you're going to see Fancy do that right here. He's going to check into it. Now, he's going to go to an old route combo, very similar to curl flat from trips tight end, and he's going to quick hit that seam. Something you'll see, man. If you want to be an elite passer in this game, there's a lot of things you have to do. But one of the big ones, this is actually something I really struggle with, especially at the highest level. It's something that like really kind of holds me back right now. Like I haven't really gotten good at it this year, is the ability to hit the seams. Even right there, that's a scary throw from Fancy. And I don't know if that's the best example ever, but being able to attack the seams quickly, I mean, it's one of the best quick dots. They send pressure at you, attack the seam. They're playing kind of off zone coverage, you attack the seam. Right here, this is that play you see me call all the time, motion Y post. It's inside the Lions, Eagles, and Raiders playbook. We're gonna have a tight end post route right here. This guy's on a drag, or this guy's on a table route, a flat. We have a slant. And then outside here, we're gonna have a return route. You'll kind of see why this is so good here in a second. When we have that return route, Fancy, immediately you can see, right? Basic kind of cover 3 shell. This guy might be in a deep blue or a cloud, but slant, return route, post. Very tough to defend everything right here. It's why I call it so much. And Fancy's going to hit this slant. DK Metcalf, easy score. So both these guys, really easy scores. Big Tay probably a little annoyed by giving that up, especially that one seam route he ended up giving up. That was a little bit of risky throw. But It's cool to see Fancy back in trips. We haven't watched him run trips since he was in TNC back in probably Madden 21 was the last time he ran trips. Probably, yeah, Madden 20. Definitely Madden 20. Big Tay, we finally get to see an offensive drive by him where he's in U trips. And notice what he's doing right here. You're going to see a lot of this. Interior wide receiver, or in this case, a tight end, right? Could be this guy, but interior tight end going right up the seam. And think about it. If we look at the defense here, Fancy's got a safety here and a safety here. To really defend this area, this guy has to rotate over a little bit, or this guy has to rotate over, or this guy has to rotate back. You really start dictating a lot more of what they can do defensively when you attack that area of the field, and we'll see Tay do this quite a bit. He runs a really, really good offense. We have not seen much U-trips, but he does a really good job. Switch stick, ooh. That's a tough throw. When in doubt, highball it out, though. Number 7 ranked Big Tay. I actually played him in Gauntlet maybe 3 weeks ago. I blew a 21-point lead to him. And here immediately, like you see, this time it just gets open deep. I'm not sure what happens to Fancy. Watch the tight end here, just on a very basic seam route. Fancy is just being super aggressive, switch sticking to these deep blues. And he's just coming down too far, allowing this streak to just get wide open. He's really just sitting in a pretty basic cover 4 shell. Deep quarter, deep quarter, deep quarter, deep quarter. He's just switch sticking underneath and giving Big Tay really easy touchdowns, which is, I mean, obviously the absolute last thing you could do. I assume he's out right here with Antonio Gates. Doesn't get caught. Yeah, easy touchdown. And you see Fancy kind of smirking. I mean, that's tough. You just, in Fancy's mind here, and again, Big Tay, props to him. In Fancy's mind, though, as we get a little replay, Big Tay now has 14 free points, right? He's just easily scored 14 points. He has not worked. He's done, like, again, has he done good things? Yes, he's hit the open streak. At the same time, though, you have not made him work at all. Anybody could do that, which is not like a slight at Big Tay. It's just bad defense by Fancy. Let's see the audible into the trips. So you're going to see some really cool horizontal route combos here. I want to see, actually, what's he do with this double streak? I think he ends up, yeah. So pretty basic here. Drag, post, streak. This is going to push things deep. And then we're going to go flat, wheel. Okay, so we're able to attack this seam, able to attack drag quick, potential seam route right here, and then post route able to attack really in this area. Let's see how this actually ends up executing. Big Tay in the 6-1, sends pressure, gets picked up pretty easily though. Fancy's gonna try going over top. Oh no. I mean, both these guys are just kind of, like right there, that's unfortunate, obviously, but oh, that's rough. That's rough, dude. Both of them just kind of letting up big play after big play. Immediately comes out on the butt checks nasty, flipped it to the short side. Now he's going to call it a little halfback base. Kind of bad stick there by Fancy, I can't lie. I can't lie, Fancy. That was not great stick. I have a massive water jug now, by the way, which I'm a big fan of. The lid doesn't have something where you can like drink directly out of it, so I had to take the lid off. I'm going to see if I can get a new lid. I don't know. Here's a play from Fancy. That motion wide trips. And you're going to see the combo slant post. This has been a route combo that I honestly kind of thought might be a little bit more dead with switch stick. And it is more dead, but it's very much alive. It's more dead, yet still really alive, right? It's very, very good. Audibles, tight end, verticals, halfback angle, motion wide post. Go back to it again. He likes stemming this post route up just a tad. I don't know why he's doing that, but he is. He likes it just a tad up. I'm not crazy about it, but he's able to hit this slant. And you see, I mean, here's this return route. That's open. This low key's open potentially for a pass lead up and out. This fade slant. I mean, this is a really tough play. If you compare it with a few other really good plays, along with audibly to it, I mean, it just puts you at such a big advantage. Touchdown Fancy. Both these guys are scoring really fast, really easily. We are 2 minutes and 20 seconds into the game with 4 touchdowns. So looking good for both of them. I'm curious if Fancy, though, I think Fancy's earned a little bit more of his offense so far than Big Tay has. And again, it's not a slight to Big Tay saying that. It's just Fancy's just blown coverage over and over again. So it's just made it easy. Let's watch here. Now, this is a good dot. This is a really good dot. We go very basic corner route right here. To defend this, you essentially need a cloud flat or you need a switch stick onto a deep blue. It's hard to do that because there's a lot of action going on in the middle of the field, right? I think we had a route combo, something like this. So you're not really looking at that ISO side right here. Fancy setting a loop blitz. Watch the middle backer. He's going to try looping around. Yeah, so like you have a lot of stuff happening in the middle. Fancy's usually worried about this whip. is worried about this post. Then backside here, we get this corner route, and the halfback streak's nice too. But this corner route, really, really easy. Make that read. Boom, right on the sideline too. And it's super open. Wasn't even really a tight throw. You just had to make the pass lead and you're able to get it. Super, super open. Beautiful. Fancy the defending champ. Again, Big Tay, this is his first ever event. I was unfamiliar with Big Tay until a couple weeks ago, but I have realized he is very, very good at this game. Basic flood concept. You'll even see like the best players in the world, dude. Like you'll see him do some things that are kind of crazy here and there, right? Route combos you never thought of. That's just basic flood, right? He had a flat route, he had a fade to clear out, push things deep, and then a tight end corner. So you don't always have to go crazy, crazy, crazy. Here's an interesting route. Tight ends on a seam. There's a stock play. I can't remember what it's called here, but that has this route right here. That has a route from the tight end, and he's stemming it all the way down. Fancy again, low key. Low key, Fancy almost gave that up, switching to deep blues. It's one of the reasons he has such a good switch stick, and it's so like he gets so many stops because of how aggressive he is with it. He does a really good job of switch sticking to the deep blues, playing deep with them, coming down at the right times. But you see in this game, it's kind of backfired a little bit. Corner route again, that's good. That's pretty good. And that's just a tough area to like switch stick to, I feel like. It's definitely switch stickable. It's definitely something you can do. Whenever you don't have a clear out, you can switch stick, right? If we just have this corner out here by himself, what's stopping Fancy from switch sticking onto this deep blue and coming down to pick it? Really nothing. The answer and what Big Tay is trying to do here is see where Fancy's user is. So he's trying to get action, in the middle of the field here. See if Fancy's user is going over here, then he knows he's able to hit this for the most part. So it's a good play design, but it's something that is, in my opinion, it can get risky. You have to really be good about anticipating where they're switch sticking to. Halfback wheel, he might go up with it. Not there. Had the drag, missed it. Has all day, throws it away. Pretty disciplined throw. I feel like a lot of people get aggressive right there, try forcing something stupid. 2nd and 10. This is a good drive so far from Big Taylor. This is what I was talking about. Like, this is him earning a drive right here. Loop blitz gets picked up. Another corner route. Tight end, yeah. Notices Fancy's going a little bit of man coverage. Kyle Pitts ends up actually cooking on this corner. Ends up cooking. Notice Fancy consistently sending some sort of loop, whether it's a loop right here or it's a loop around the edge. This is typically going to be cover 6 Willie. This is going to be edge blitz. Same idea. These blitzes aren't great at $1. They can provide some passive pressure. They're fine, but they're nothing like insane by any means. And it gets picked up pretty easily right there by Big Tay. Simple score. And that's what you need. You need drives like that to be able to win a tournament. And like that's a good drive. That's a good drive. He's showing right there. I don't think he hit a 3rd down on that. And those were all legitimate dots. Not a single play was like, ooh. And Fancy knows it too. I think the one maybe was a high ball early in the drive. That was a little bit sketchy. But even that was, I don't think that was crazy. Let's see Fancy on offense here. 1st and 10. Got that bunch X nasty to the short side. And yeah, so pretty much whenever he has this thing to the short side, he's going halfback base, or it seems like he's audibly in a trips tight end flex. He doesn't really want to call, it doesn't seem like he wants to really call any plays out of short side trips, bunch X nasty. And now he's going to that trips tight end flex. I would love to know why he's stemming this post route up some instead of just leaving it stock. And then watch, he's looking for this seam potentially from square. I don't think he means for him to be on that little inverted streak, but yeah, he restreaks him. I'm not sure why he likes that so much. I don't know. I really don't, but able to take advantage of it. Good sack from Big Tay. Gets Fancy to a 3rd and 14. Now he's going to, but here's Bunch X Nasty. He's going kind of fast right here. Notice the speed at which he's calling the plays. And this is tough, and this is why you want to, whatever you can do to make your opponents a little bit off guard, a little bit uncomfortable, like it is such a big advantage. Watch right here. He's in Bunch X Nasty short side. Notice he's done a few things here, right? He's called halfback base. If you're Big Tay, you're thinking he's called halfback base from this. Probably not that. He could call play. He could audible to trips tight end. This time, Fancy just simply flips it, and let's count the seconds, right? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, and the ball snapped right around 5.5 seconds. So you have to identify what he's audibling to. Then you have to identify that auto motion, and you have to get all your adjustments off. It's just tough to do. This is very tough to do. Loop blitz gets picked up, steps up in the pocket. Fancy does. Easy dot to Jamar Chase. And simple, simple, simple. I really enjoy being able to watch Big Tay think. I like anybody who will like scratch their chin when they're thinking. I do that quite a bit. You can kind of see me. You can see my brain trying to process things sometimes. Always respectable. Go here underneath. Good read by Fancy. Fancy's always been one of the best passers in the game, and Switch Stick has really improved his defense a million percent. It's why he's so good right now. He's always been able to execute an offense. Sometimes has a stupid turnover here and there. So here we go. We go flip into the bunch X nasty. Watch how fast. As soon as they set, he's going. Right? As soon as they set, he's going. Goes halfback underneath this time. It's just like, man, it's so hard to defend everything. It's so hard. These are really good plays, and he's snapping them in a manner that makes it really tough. It seems like he's almost always coming out bunch X nasty to that short side. I'm going to take a sip from my giant gallon jug now. All right. Let's see what he does here. Does he flip? Does he call the play? No, he's going to go into trips, tight end, flex. Again, Big Tay, you're like, you don't know. You don't know until everyone sets up. This time, goes flat route, seam, fade, drag, boom. This play's actually got a few different purposes. One, square can be a dot up the seam, right? This guy bails, hit the seam. If it's cover 2, we have this guy for a dot, right? This route right here pulls down. Let's showcase what a cover 2 would look like. Cover 2 would be something like this, right? This guy's on a flat. He's going to bail down. This fade gets open up here, right? And if he doesn't, that means this is open right here. Then we have a quick drag hitting over the middle. So if his user bails deep, we're able to hit the drag with a angle route attacking backside on this. Really, really, really good combo. And you actually see it work right here. We get a little bit too much adjusting. Tight end's open, so Fancy takes it, but look at circle. Circle's a touchdown. Goes underneath. I'm curious. I think that's something that usually when you make that throw, right, that's the first read, so you've got to throw it. That's where, like, dude, the Twitch chat or, like, YouTube comments right there saying, you have a touchdown, you have a touchdown. It's like, think about how you're actually processing, right? You're taking that first read. But that is something now that I'm guessing Fancy probably saw it in real time, and he's like, okay, cool. And again, it sucks in hindsight. You're like, dang, had a touchdown, but, like, you're making the first open read. Now, if he just, like, threw the ball away or something, different story, right? He sucks. End of the first quarter there. It's been a long, long first quarter. You're going to check it at trips, tight end, flex. Now we're going to see Tay in the 6-1, trying to get a little bit more pressure. Fancy goes quick check down, though. What's that dude's name? Tucker? I want to say it's TJ Tucker, but I think I just want to say that because there's PJ Tucker, who's a basketball player. PJ Tucker's a dog. Now, instead of halfback base, Fancy's going to flip into that bunch X nasty, but he's going quickly to this RPO. And when he runs his RPO, you're going to stem this out route all the way up, and you're going to look to throw this out route in this area potentially, or just hand the ball off, or hit the auto motion. So you got to think, he's going fast right here. Every time he's done this, it's been a pass play. Now, we're calling the run. Doesn't work, but you can see even just by the difference between him doing that from the check into it that he did, right, as opposed to just coming out in the play and calling it, is massive. You're putting so much more stress on the defense by doing it like that. Right here, he's gonna audible into bunch X nasty, or I'm sorry, bunch Y flex. First time we're seeing him do this. This is a dig return though. Oh, picked off by Big Tay. I actually think that's a bad play call by Fancy. And Big Tay gets a nice switch stick. That's Fancy's first mistake. Dig return's kind of a like OG type play. I don't love it from this alignment. It could be open, right? It's just a good switch stick there from Big Tay and able to undercut it. That's where switch stick is so important, dude. Like I'm telling you, you should be switch sticking. I think a rule for myself, I'm trying to force myself to consistently do, is you should be switch sticking at least one time a play. I think that's a really good starting point and something I try to force myself to do. You should be switching at least one time a play, unless they just throw it at your face or snap throw or something, obviously. But if you're not doing that, I don't know. I think it's clearly the best way to force turnovers. You see it right here against one of the best passers in the world. This is why you make people work, though. Because Big Tay, while Fancy was moving the ball pretty much easily, I'd say, right? Really no hiccups. You make people work down the field. You make them have to be good every single play. That's where those big touchdowns are so costly, because you don't make them be good. That is a crazy zoom in. That is a nuts zoom in right there. We are actually just looking into his beautiful brown eyes. Okay, now we're going to zoom in on Big Tay. He has a little beard action, it appears. Just I don't know what that's called. Just a little bit right here. I respect that. Hood up. He did not have his hood up this entire tournament. Interesting. I know that for a fact. Oh, got the seam. Oh, tight window throw. Fancy was offsides anyway, so he's probably willing to force it. Yeah, you see that switch stick to Champ Bailey in the hook curl. Might have been a vert hook, but nonetheless, yellow zone. You're trying to identify what routes are breaking open, and then how can I switch stick to the nearest defender to take those away, right? Really good job. Before it used to always be what route's getting open, how can I user it? Now you can do that and then add in how can I switch stick to the other route that's breaking open. So this defense, it's been actually good for a little while now. We've talked about it in our unbeatable club on Civil GG some, but Fancy's shifting his defensive line to the left, slanting left. This is 6-1, 49ers playbook by Fancy. And he's trying to hit this center so this guy loops around. We'll see this happen sometimes. It's not the craziest, most consistent thing. By the way, Big Tay is in the New England Patriots offense. I don't think I said that. But we'll see that actually happen right there on that play. So feel free to rewind that if you want to see that again. That's almost pretty much any play out of 6-1. You do it out of some other formations too. I don't think it's super consistent. And it is a little bit tough on your user because you are in the gap, so you can't really do much with your user. But in a game where we kind of lack a lot of pressure, I don't think it's the worst idea. I don't think it's the worst idea at all. And Fancy's going to stick in it. 3rd and 3 from Big Tay. Let's go. Pressure got picked up that time. It's a little spooky. Ooh. Fancy switch stick was good, but he's not able to get it. Watch this. This is one of those things, dude. A lot of people don't do this. A lot of people throw this ball, this post route, they throw it right here in this area. And that's where they catch it. Big Tay catches this down here. He pass leads it down and outside. And then he clicks on and aggressive catches it, right? So you're attacking the ball almost like a rebound in basketball. Does an incredibly good job of getting back to that rock. Okay, it's going to stick in the 6-1. I think this is what you do, though, because you can at least make him uncomfortable. But look at that user really getting caught up. That would have been sick, honestly, had he thrown a pick right there. That would have been disgusting. So other thing here with Big Tay is that with 3 minutes left in the second, you see that loop right there coming in. He's not worried about clocking at all, but there is a big argument here, right? You got ball first. There's a big argument to try clocking this a little bit. He's not doing so. He's able to hit that corner route. Again, that ISO side corner route is really cooking Fancy pretty consistently. He doesn't have a great answer for it, and you're limited in resources on that side of the field, especially in 6-1, because think about it. If this corner route is attacking right here, right, who can realistically defend that area? This guy and this guy. And this guy is like, it's tough to get him out here. And even this guy, it's tough to get out there because outside third, like you really almost have to have this guy in a flat, this guy manned up to like bracket this corner route. And so it's a really tough one. I'm curious if he keeps on going back to it here. Again, it does not seem like he's concerned with clocking at all. The issue with that, like the reason I even mentioned that, is Fancy gets the ball at half. So whenever you see this motion flat, watch halfback wheel. Goes halfback wheel, goes tight end seam, not able to get it that time. You see the leverage inside. But the reason I even bring that up is because, especially with someone like Fancy, Fancy can get the ball back. Let's say he gets it with a minute 30 left. Score, get ball at half, score, tie ball game, right? So there is, I think I would like to see a little bit more of a clocking element here from Big Tay. I mean, it is important, though, just score points. You can't lose, you just keep on scoring, really. You score every single drive, it's tough to lose. So there's that argument as well. Tight end whips the play call. There's been a good U-trips play. It's Y-off trips Pat's play forever. Little whip route right here from the tight end. Stock zig. Great against zone. Great against man. Gotta watch this potential outside release. Not really there. Gonna go post route. Oh. And I'll be honest, that's probably his first, like, really forced read that we've seen. I'm surprised he did that. That area, man, it's just tough. Like, that's open field, right? If he's at, the 40 or something. But this area, this deep zone, he hits the back of the end zone, a little wall back here, basically, invisible force field. He's going to bounce up. It's actually a good play call if he just wasn't so deep. And now Fancy gets a pick. That is tough. And it's tough to throw one to an AI defender. I'm surprised he attacked the area just because Fancy switch stick was there a second ago. It's tough to give that up to an AI defender. Getting alert, getting switch stick, obviously that sucks too. But you're in a good spot though if you're Big Tay, right? You're up 7. You're making Fancy work on defense. It's just like, dang, unfortunate. I'm surprised he went there, man. I'm surprised he went there. Just a little bit, not enough room. Just not enough room, just a tad. I'd be curious to get Big Tay's thoughts on that ball too. Corner route, Kyle Pitts, bang. Out of bounds though. I'd be curious in case, like, sometimes you get that, like, situation where, like, he's been messing around with that route recently in that area. He's able to fit it in from a few yards back, not able to fit it in right there. Maybe this is a ball he feels like he consistently hits. I don't know. They're both now running that same 6-1. Pressure comes in this time for Big Tay. And now this is why, I mean, this is the first time we're actually seeing some pressure come in a little bit here for either player too much, besides the one time Fancy got that loop. But Fancy on 3rd and 18 on his own 3. This is tough, especially against a blitz like this on 6-1, where you naturally want to drift, right? You don't really want to step up in the pocket against 6-1, just the way it collapses the pocket. It collapses one side of the pocket, really. You know, you'll see potential loop right here, collapse, collapse, collapse. You really kind of want to drift back a little bit, but you can't do that here. 3rd and 18 for Fancy. He's going to this play, 5 outing, good pocket, steps up, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that step up is what gets him sacked, actually. If he drifted back more, he might be able to get that ball off, but you're in your own end zone. You don't want to risk drifting back. Now Fancy's on a massive 4th and 19 from his own 1, and he's going to go. I don't even disagree with going right here because you guarantee Fancy that you'll get the ball back, right? And you get ball at half, so you can't, like, this is not a good spot to be in. But I do think you go for it. I do think you actually go for this. And Fancy making his hot routes right here. We have Dollar dime 3-2 from Big Tay, and he just went off sides there. And I'll be honest, I don't know what this is because it almost looks like he means to do this. Like, he just goes straight off sides. He doesn't even say, like, dang it. He's like, it's almost like he's thinking. Ah, man, I don't know if he just had, like, a bad adjustment out there and got spooked, but he has a timeout. This is bad because, like, if you're Fancy, you're in such a bad spot right here. You can't move in the pocket at all. A worst case scenario is a safety, but now you're giving Fancy some flexibility where he can drift a little bit now. You have a better camera angle even. It's just a little bit less pressure, and it's just 5 yards shorter, right? 4th and 19 and 4th and 14 are 2 very different downs. A lot of different stuff you can throw here. A halfback streak, for example, or a seam streak in the running right here to be a good throw. 4th and 19, not so much. And Tay's still in Dollar, dime 3-2, so I'm confused why he did this. And then just gives us up, man. A really bad sequence from Tay. Really, really, really bad sequence from Tay. Fancy, a little bit of plot armor, I can't lie. A little bit of plot armor. He might be the main character, because that is an absolute blunder, I feel like, from Big Tay. Going to a blitz we haven't seen. He didn't even loop right there. He just went trying to overload the left side on dime 3-2, which isn't a good blitz. I thought maybe he'd go loop, try to, passive pressure. Fancy now get into that clock game a little bit. Gonna go RPO. Yeah, hand this off probably. Yep. Gets tackled for a gain of -0. That's 0. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm an idiot. But let's see. It's S. Tucker. Who's Tucker? Sean Tucker? I have no idea. I have no clue who that is. Yep. See the audible again. This is just those little things, dude. You can come out in this play. You're going to put more stress on the defense if you audible to it. Got that post route. Going to sit for a second. Got it. Catches it. Big gain. Fancy. 3 timeouts. Plenty of time here. There is no automatic runoff in player friend head-to-head. Keep that in mind. He's chewing clock. He's chewing clock. I look stupid for a second. He has chew clock on. But point being is that Fancy has a lot of time here. Fancy has a lot of time. They added the runoff back in the game, but it's only for like regular online head-to-head game modes, not play a friend. Goes quick seam right there, and he drops it. That's a route I just gotta get better at throwing though, because that's a ball that Fancy wants. That's a ball Fancy wants. Let's take a little sip from my giant jug right here. I have to find a way to get a cap for this. It was nasty. I mean, then we have like, touchdown. He missed it, or he didn't want it. I think he just straight up missed it. Here's the cap for it. Like, there's no way to drink out. You just have to take the cap off. I really don't understand the point of it, to be honest with you. Unless people literally just drink out of that, but it's a massive, like, you guys can see, like, it's a massive thing here. I don't know. Drops back. Will Levis. Corner route. Fancy's got it. Ed Reed with the tackle. Fancy's at the 12-yard line with 28 seconds. Soonest he'll score here is 24 seconds left. So he's absolutely chilling. He's absolutely chilling. He doesn't care. He's just about getting to the end zone. Maybe he burns a play right here, but I don't think you do. I think you have 4 plays, or 3 plays rather. Just try to get points. Probably kick 3 if need be. Nothing there. Oh! I thought that was... I remember watching this live. What zone was in the middle right here? Was this a spy, or is this a... No, I think it's a 3-rec. So this is a window right here. This guy. Especially with him drifting in. Oh. Dang. 24 seconds left. Big Tay has a timeout. There's a replay for you guys. Big Tay's got a timeout on him. Has ball. Could easily get 3. That's a very realistic 3 opportunity. Just got to execute here. Goes underneath. I love that. I love that. Not the best rack. Honestly, ends up being a decent rack. Gets out of bounds as well. He's on conservative. I don't hate going balanced right here for this very specific situation. A juke or a spin could be the difference in points here, but he stays on conservative. Has a flat, throws it a little late, gets out of bounds with it. Wasted a second, lost a couple yards right there by not taking it earlier, but not the worst thing ever. Not bad at all. If you're fancy, you really got to, you just got to give up underneath. Let him dink and dot. Let him dink and dunk. Watch the loop right here. This guy's looping inside, looping outside. Goes loop outside, just doesn't get a great loop. Nothing really there. You really tried pushing the defense deep right there from Big Tay. And Fancy's just a good player where he's not going to give that up, especially the seam where it's a little bit more predictable. He's hit that seam a few times against Fancy. And it's almost like, I don't want to call them gotchas because they're not necessarily gotchas, but there's definitely a unique formation for Fancy to play against. And once you start to get the hang of it, it's like, okay, now what do you have? Now what do we got? Goes flat again. Yeah, and just perfect defense to end the half here by Fancy. 2 seconds. Gonna take us out of here. And halftime, 21-21. Overall, great play. I feel like some missed opportunities. Probably both guys were really, like, that pick from Big Tay was like he was in a really good spot. Fancy closes that half out really, really well when he was in a bad spot. Down 7 without ball. Gets ball back, ties it up. Super, super good. Really, the big-time missed opportunity that we didn't mention was the 4th down on his own 1 that Fancy had, that Big Tay went off sides on. That was tough. Fancy with the ball to start half, hits him with that halfback wheel up the seam. That's a play I gotta start running. I'm stealing that. We gotta be a play we run. Gotta be a play we run. I'll be honest with you. Gotta have that. Gotta have that in the repertoire. Halfback wheel. Good play. Good play from the play. Tight end in, that's called. Tight end in. Notice what I'll say here is that there's not a ton of different play calls. You'll see people really try mastering a few plays rather than try to have a ton of play calls. There's just a couple of different formations. Really, again, main forms though, punch X nasty, trips tight and flex. Fancy now going for, looks like the first time, nope, he's gonna end up flipping. First time though, looks like he's going for a little bit of a different route combo, a little flood concept to the right, keeping things a little basic, ends up getting screamed at though. Had the halfback, but gets screamed at. Here's an opportunity for Big Tay, right? You get Fancy to a 3rd and 15. If he gets half right here, right, makes it a 4th and manageable, sure. You just have to get a baggy. You got to get baggy one time. You have to get baggy. Put Fancy in a tough spot. You got to get off the field here. You've given Fancy a little bit too much help on these downs, I feel like. Fancy goes back to this play. Goes up top. Gets the pressure just in time. I wonder if he would have had that up top or not. I don't know, but he's got Fancy on 4th and 15. Got to get baggy one more time. Got to get baggy one more time. Fancy's in the middle of the field here too, which is a little bit tougher. You like to be on a hash mark. He's going to flip into the, let's see. He's thinking. Trips tight. He's going to go verticals. He might snap the hell out of this ball. He might hut this. Halfback seam. No, he's going to go 5 wide now. A little bit uncomfortable for the defense. Definitely giving up some seams right here. You just got to make do. Pressure comes off the edge. Going to throw it at the user. Comes down. And that's just tough, man. That's one of those balls that I really wish you could. I wish we played a game where the user could defend this better. Because Big Tay, you almost put yourself in an impossible situation against a good player, right? Bad player probably just throws this ball up. Right, let's look at this. You'll kind of see what I mean. Bad player probably just throws this, right? Throws it up here. Poyer picks it pretty easily. But the thing is, throw it down. This user can't react fast enough to go down. Click on add catch it. You're able to get that first down. And this game just does not reward usering at all. Just been quite frank with you guys. Reward switch stick. Switch stick's great. But, I mean, if some people are like, oh, you got to play underneath that. If Poyer even touches this guy, which is almost impossible not to touch him even a little bit, you're going to get PI. You're going to get thrown over you because your user can't recover up at all. It's really, this defense just put him in a no-man spot. Tough, yeah. And it's like, I mean, he really did a good job with, I feel like, everything right there. Good pass lead by Fancy, recognizing it. Like, that's good by Fancy. But dang, if you're Big Tay, it's just like, I hate that. It is how the game plays, though. I really hate that. I really hate that. Yeah, I don't know if Fancy just stays smirking, though. Smirking. He's not really running this auto motion from trips tight and flex at all. I thought we'd see it a little bit. Pressure right side does not come in. Good pocket, goes slant. Gets it down to the 1. I thought that was a tighter window. See what Fancy's gonna do here from the I form. Close, it looks like he's trying to set up. Stretch right side. Easy touchdown for Christian Okoye. And Fancy takes the lead. That's where, man, you just gotta go off. You gotta think Big Tay has he's missed some opportunities. We're coming back to him with the 2nd and 10. He's down 7. So I mean, he's still in a good spot, right? It's nice to miss opportunities, and that sucks. That sucks. And that's where like those missed opportunities hurt so much more. You're gonna get cheated. Like, you know what I mean? It's almost like, I don't want to say it's a waiting game for when you get cheated, but you just let, when you miss the opportunities, you let you getting cheated impact you so much more, right? It's so much more demoralizing. But we went from a second ago, 4th and 15. I mean, this dude might be able to get the ball back, take the lead, to he's about to go down 2 scores. So the best player in the world right now. On a fluky defensive line interception or blitz or whoever that was, a blitzing interception. Tough. Fancy's going to this dig return play. This is the play that you got to switch stick on. If you are Big Tay, though, right, this is a long game. You are still in this. You just got to play defense. You can't get hung up on that, even though it sucks. It sucks. Here's a cool play from this. Goes to the smoke screen underneath. Gonna get a couple of yards here. Brings it to a 3rd and goal from the foe. 3rd and goal from the foe. I'm feeling a little drenched, or a little I need my thirst quenched. Clenched. I don't quenched? What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say something, I just can't think of it. That's some high quality H2O. Go here again. Go and dig return. Don't flip the dig return. Running out of time here. Play clock winding down. He should be able to get the snap off, though. Gotta hurry. A hut. Gets sacked. That's good defense from Tay. Down 10 with ball. Very formidable. Very formidable. Fancy gonna kick this 3. Gonna go up 31-21. Let's get a Big Tay here. Big Tay on. Wow, we skipped too far. Big Tay's on a 2nd. This is where, I mean, you just saw a little bit. I don't know if you saw it or not. I saw it. This is just where you just, I mean, man, you just hurt yourself. Big Tay drops back. And not only does he hurt himself here, man, it looks like he actually had a touchdown. Intentional grounding. Oh. Oh. So, yeah, this guy ends up matching inside just a little bit. R1's open for a tutty. He doesn't see it, though. He actually has time if he steps up, but he's a little rattled, it seems like, just him as a human, which is fair. Very tough situation. Like, this is one of the biggest moments of your literal life. Misses this, doesn't step up, throws it away, gets intentional grounding. You go from right here, a touchdown, to R1, this is a tutty, to 2nd and 22. And that's one of the plays where Fancy gives up right now. So now it's like, okay, well, Fancy's probably going to play better defense next play. You know what I mean? Like, it's unlikely that Fancy makes that mistake again. And not even saying it's not about, like, Fancy. It's just like you're playing a good player where you got to capitalize on those opportunities. And that's really where we missed, because in the grand scheme of things, I think Big Tay's played equally as well as Fancy here. Just came down to a couple big plays. Go seam. Gets knocked down. Fancy now adjusting a little bit more for that seam, getting ready for it, going to the switch stick, able to take it away, start seeing it coming. See what Big Tay does here now. And man, this is just, I mean, it's interesting. Tough. This is how, like, this is how you lose games. It's not just like, ooh, he's starting to force things, yeah. 4th and 22 now. But this isn't just how this is how Big Tay lost this game. This is how most people lose games, right? They don't capitalize on opportunities, and this goes for myself big time. And you can see, if you watch my gameplays, we post gameplays here every single day. We have like a 800 and something day upload streak. You will see it even in my games, in games that I win and games that I lose, of how the loser loses. A lot of times, it's not capitalizing on opportunities, making dumb mistakes, right? And sometimes, for me personally, I do that in YouTube videos because they're YouTube videos. I don't really care that much. Like, whatever. 4th and 30, I'll go for it. Who cares? But that is how you'll lose sometimes, right? 4th and 22, Fancy, big opportunity to move that slot corner up and out. Potential flat here, trying to get to defend that sideline. Might be an avert hook as well. Not sure. Really, yeah. 4-man pass rush. And it's just I don't know why he forced that. I'm not 100% sure why. Yeah. Not totally sure. But man, it's crazy how fast things can change, and when things start to unravel, that's where so Tays missed opportunities, and then he just hasn't bounced back, right? He just kind of let that drive. That's a very kind of uncharacteristic drive for him. Just falls behind, and he's frustrated with himself too. Mind you, to get here, he just beat Skimbo. Keep in mind. Yo, trips trying to flex 10 in. Fancy. Hold to 3 here. Like, you have life. Hold to 3 here, you have life. Fancy. Motion and seam. Has it. Good swerve. Tutty. And that's tough right there. That's tough. Big Tay down 17. We're going to skip ahead some. 2nd and 10 now for Big Tay on offense. Loop blitz from Fancy picked up. Corner route. Got it. There's a big play that you need. There's a big play that you need, right? You have 6 minutes left. Just over 6 minutes left. This is my belief. When it becomes a 2-score game, it is game until the end, right? You have life until the very last seconds for the most part in a 2-score game. If you get a quick score, you could score this touchdown, you give yourself a lot of life. I do think 7's so much more needed than 3 is here. 3, it's tough to argue that you're not going to give up 3 to Fancy. 7 here, you cut that lead to 10. You spam invites, worthy for president. What we doing? That's behind my face cam. I don't know if you guys can see that. Go boom, drops back, goes there, picked off. You see the switch stick. See the switch stick paid off for Fancy. Actually gives up this seam, right? We go seam, seam. He actually has the seam here. Fancy got switch stick onto this guy. So we've seen at least 2 switch stick interceptions this game. Yep, switch stick. Boom. Fancy's very good at this. Able to undercut it just a bit. I actually thought this pass would go up a little bit more. And it looks like he throws it in stride to this guy from the animation. I just thought it'd go a little bit further up. I wonder if... I don't know. It was weird. But... yeah, and that's a killer, man. That's a killer. That's going to basically wrap up this game, to be honest with you. A lot of clock chewing going on from here. I think Big Tay might get the ball back at some point. Yeah, no, yeah. And we're just going to see Fancy run out this clock as he should. I actually think really good game from Big Tay. Fancy, obviously, like nothing to be said. He's probably the best player in the world right now. But I like focusing a little bit on Big Tay just because it's his first ever event here. And I think he genuinely, even though he lost by, whatever he ends up losing by 20 right now, maybe cuts it in half or cuts the lead some, I don't know. But being able to, I guess, I feel like he played really well, just didn't capitalize on a few opportunities, right? And then when in a situation where he could have a bad drive, or a bad drive would kill him, right? Coming off a low adversity, he just had a really, really bad drive. When he had that touchdown, to that seed. This is a great one. We're going to see Fancy against Wesley. Fancy start with the ball on offense, but he has one of the best defenses in Madden 25. And it really stems from the idea that he's just so good with the switch stick. Now, on offense right now, he is in the gun normal Y off close. This can be found inside of the Eagles playbook. It can be found inside of, there's a few others as well, but the Eagles is like the main one people run this out of. And now he's going to go immediately to the touch pass, which I'm actually slightly surprised by. But he's going to be able to get some pretty good... Actually, no, he does not. He gets almost nothing. Fancy's always been one of the best offensive players in the world. And before this year, he never had a belt. This year, though, switch stick got added into the game, and that's a defensive feature. Again, the area of the field that he struggled more on. He was a great defensive player, but he wasn't top 5 defensive player like he was on offense. And now with the switch stick, he's so good. Right there, though, gets a little greedy, just totally misses his hitch on the right side. Wesley gets a little bit of the pressure in. Let me make sure I'm recording this correctly. I am. Hopefully, you guys are having a great, beautiful day. And we have twins to the left side here, tight and right. This will play PA snag. Now, Wesley in the dime 3-2, essentially, he's going to line up right here with his user consistently, and this guy is going to do a couple of things. Either he's going to blitz right here, or he could blitz here, or he could blitz here, okay? That's the blitzer, though. It's this guy, so we've got to keep our eye on him. I believe this is Charles Tillman, a very good blitzer looper, and you see him come downhill right there, and this time, actually, we actually see instant edge pressure, but Fancy's able to end up hitting his snag route, and he's going to go turbo to the line of scrimmage. 4th and 9. Huge play right here. Winner of this goes to the next round. Loser of this goes home. And the winner also makes lots of money. I think this game's about 30 or 50. Can't remember. Timeout from Wesley. First half, you could burn those timeouts, right? Who cares? Wesley, though, also known for being a very offensive player. Both these guys are very much known for it. I think both have benefited a ton from switch stick being added to the game. Honestly, I wouldn't say I think that. I know that for a fact. I've known these guys for a very long time. And one of the best things about these wheel routes, right, is that you can hit them as a flat, you can hit them as a late streak, or you can hit them in this area. This guy's dropping, and so Fancy makes the read. This can be close. If Fancy misses this by a second, watch how close this is. If Fancy misses this wheel by a second, it's not going to be open. Also, this wheel is pushing flat zones to the sideline, opening up this seam streak unless it's a hook curl. Okay, so just something to keep in mind, too, of why that wheel can be incredibly, incredibly good. And you actually see that throw, bang. If that's a second later, Carlton Davis, the third, makes a big bop on him, and that might get dropped, right? Doesn't, though. Great read by Fancy. Great job. And sometimes just kind of getting... That's a harder dot, too. Like, again, was that open? Yes, but like that, you have to kind of time that. You have to make that read. It's a little bit of a harder read. Not everyone's doing that. And so that's one of those like confidence things, in my opinion, that can like kind of get you going a little bit. He calls a fake jet touch pass. Wasn't there. I think he was just trying to... Fancy's smiling, so I don't know if he just tried like to glitch him. This was play action, so like maybe that safety bites or something. I don't know. Or maybe he thought Wesley would hop on the safety and bite down. One of the two is trying to get Wesley lacking somehow, and Fancy found it hilarious. But it's always nice to get these early kind of first downs, just a little bit of a groove, and just almost show yourself. This is how I always am. Like, show myself that I'm like, oh, I'm hooping, right? Little seaman, demon. That's what they call a TNC fake, Fancy. 214 representing Dallas. I don't know if 214 is actually Dallas or if that's the Fort Worth area specifically. I don't know. But for those of you who don't know, I've known Wesley for a long time, but I've known Fancy since he first got into Madden. We got into Madden around the same time together in Madden, competitively, really, in Madden 19. And this is one of my things I don't love with this game, and Fancy makes a little bit of a face with it. So we get a deep out route right here. Now, this out cuts like this, right? A little curved, but not really. Sometimes, and you know, there could be a trigger for this, maybe. Not that I've heard of. Look how he cuts. He runs this like a corner. And so what should be super open, Fancy actually has to go on, click on while the ball's in the air, press B or circle, use the left stick, and go attack that ball, right? You'll actually see that again. If you don't do this in this situation, this could be a pick, and it's probably definitely not a catch, right? Again, Fancy's now, he's actually in the doubles Y-off close, not the normal Y-off close, and he's going to go drag, barely beating the switch stick. Wesley, I like both these guys. Not too much emotion, but not too much like flagrance, right? They're not being flary, but they're smiling. They're like, yeah. Like almost. I like that. Is this Fancy's third time going to the jet motion? No, he's gonna get out of there. And Fancy is in the Eagles play, by the way. Going to curl flat. I'm gonna put a tight end on a drag. This is one of the most common setups year after year. Outside fade. I'm curious what this fade route does. No, it ends up being a curl route. Stems it all the way up. But gets that drag. Quick throw. That could just be tough, man. This is a setup that will run. Quick drag right here. Bang. And just opens up this pocket. And the streak is going to push things back, right? Wesley tried to get the switch stick there. I don't know if Wesley over switch sticked or just like brought the guy down, thought he was going to go to a different read. But nonetheless, Fancy scores a touchdown after getting on a fourth down. So like wasn't the easiest drive in the world. And now we're going to see Fancy hop onto the defensive side of the ball, which really, I think, I mean, and this is why Fancy is so good this year. And I'm like, it sounds like I'm glazing, but he literally has won 2 belts. So it's like, what do you want me to do? Like pretend like he's not good? You know what I mean? Or pretend like there's nothing to talk about? Like, come on. I'm glazing now. This is where I think we'll see a lot of Fancy. Mind you, he's in the dime 3-2 right here. Quick drag from Wesley. Wesley also in the gun number Y-off close. So crazy that, man, people, you can say what you want about competitive Madden and whatever, but to say it's the same offenses every single year is insane. Especially this year, it's never been more different. Like, it literally has never been more different. This has never been meta before. Quick one right there into that right seam to the low return route. I mean, zigs we've seen become meta. Return routes we've seen become meta. Even the actual... In terms of football, man, the actual routes that are meta this year, speed outs, are routes that have really not been super meta in years past. And at some point, man, I very much feel like this. Oh, he's going for the deep bomb. Picked. Oh, you'd like to see that get picked. Wesley smiling, fancy. I like these guys, man. They're not too amped up, but they're kind of smiling. They're smirking. I like that, man. I like that. Um, but I mean, in terms of how much different football can be on a year-to-year basis, because this is ultimately football, I think it's pretty different. Right there, the inside third gets exposed. Whenever you come out in the double safety go, which both these guys are come out in a play called double safety go, it brings both the safeties down. If you leave an inside third from your safety, he can get ran by kind of late. We see that. And then also Wesley switch stick too. Kind of messed it up. Now we're going to see a potential seam. He might be able to, no. Notice the little thing. This is something that like, oh, you'd like to see a fumble there. You'd like to see a fumble there. Wesley just changed his music, by the way. So notice very, very small thing from Fancy. He switch sticks onto this high safety. That's to make sure Wesley can't throw this, but then he swings him back over here to make sure he can't throw this. Essentially, Fancy's user is baiting both of these guys. If he doesn't do this, this throw inside is absolutely there, and that's something you see me complain about all the time because I'm not as good as Fancy is. But that's something I need to do. That should absolutely be a fumble. That's one of those reasons why I always talk about if there's an area of the defense where I could say, you know what, beat me doing this every play. It is every time the QB scramble up the middle because so many times it's so hard to slide, it's so hard to get down, et cetera, and you get into these animations where you just get tackled. And I mean, they should be fumbles for how the game plays. Like him not fumbling right there, absolute luck. That time though, Wesley doesn't get his feet in bounds. Oh, and I'm feeling amped up right now, man. I'm feeling a little bit. Some would say lit. Oh. Oh, he dropped it. Okay. Okay. I see. And that's a fair drop, too. Fancy's dude lit up. I just didn't think they'd give him the knockout animation, honestly. So, Wesley is dragging this backer who starts right here over here. This guy could do this. This guy could do this. Just something to keep in mind. Let's see what he does. Let's see. Wesley looking for the, at least bluffing the engage. Oh, I'm sorry. Fancy's on defense right now. I'm sorry. Miscommunication on my part. I suck. And, I mean, that's why this blitz can be so good sometimes, dude. And, you know, if you're Wesley on offense, this is pretty frustrating. Can't say it's not. Your halfback is lined up in front of him or in front of the blitzer, right where the blitzer is coming from. And to be fair, Fancy sent the right slot corner, which would manipulate this protection. I didn't even recognize that. This guy gets sent. Halfback goes over here to pick him up, leaving this guy coming free. Actually, a good blitz setup by Fancy. Like, genuinely, that's... At first, I was like, man, that's frustrating for Wesley. Actually, good job by Fancy. So, Fancy, we said go into this, probably the best defensive player in the world right now, best switch stick. And he immediately gets a quick stop on Wesley, one of the best offensive players in the world. Checks over to the gun normal well. Oh, no. Checks over to the gun doubles. We saw Lambo run this quite a bit. And double seams. Deep out. And that deep out, maybe that time I mislooked at it. It was a corner route, but it looked like, I thought it was, maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like a deep out and he ran kind of weird. Maybe I just looked at it wrong. Now he's going to the gun normal off close. And they really like this play. And so this is a really good cover 2 beater. We get Hitch right here and this guy. So we're going to be able to attack the, like this deep half can't get there or if it's an inside quarter. Essentially, what this play makes people do is take this guy and bail him deep. Because this guy can't defend what's happening over here. So we'll see what kind of happens with that. And you kind of see that. Oh, he gets it late, though. Not able to. Now, Fancy should be fumbling. Bro, I love watching these dudes play because they, like, I think both guys are so conscious of when they make bad plays. At least, like, kind of like fluky type stuff. And they're like, I don't know. I agree with a lot of how both of them, I think, want the game to play a little bit. I take back what I said, though, about them being conscious about making bad plays because Wesley's absolutely delusional. He thinks he absolutely makes the best play every time. But it is funny to see the smirks. I appreciate the smirks. I think me and them agree on a good amount of how the game should be played. Good switch stick right there, just not able to get there. Whenever you see these seams, you almost have to start taking them away with your user. Playmaker up on that play. But you see the seam right here, especially he gets bumped inside. He's starting right here, but he gets bumped inside. This is now open. Switch stick right here, go take that away. Makes it a very tough read for the QB. Fancy's trying to hit that. Good job. And because of the switching, even though the switch stick isn't actually what played that route right, the high safety didn't play it, The switch stick is what makes Fancy have to pass lead it further inside, which leads it to another defender, right? So even if your switch stick isn't what picks the ball off, it isn't what makes the play, it can affect the pass lead, right? It's the same thing as a user. The user, even just being in an area, can affect a pass lead and be the reason it's not open. We have halfback corner route right here. Haven't seen this yet. Fancy gonna take off up the middle. Oh, I mean, that's just a piss missile. I can't lie to you. Basic flood to the right side, just using the halfback. Sees a lane, and that's just tough, man. So Fancy up a very fast 14-0. We're gonna get that run it back replay that they've done so many of in this tournament. And yeah, Fancy's looking good. I got that McLaren sweatshirt on. Not sure what Wesley's wearing in terms of it. Almost looks. I'm not sure. I'd like to see what Wesley's wearing if you get a close up. Loop blitz gets picked up. Nice little check down. Gonna take us to the end of the first. Is that a long sleeve or is that a sweatshirt? It looks like a little like baggy almost. You know what I mean? Like bulky. I'm not sure because like for example, if you look at like this shirt on me, like it's not baggy, right? It's like it's like a little, but it's not like baggy. I'm curious about Wesley's. I don't know. Because underrated part of this, and you kind of see what I'm talking about on the right side this time, where Wesley goes to the same play. These guys play very similar on offense, if you haven't noticed. And it essentially forces this guy to be dropping back deep. And if he's not, if this guy is, you have to switch stick him or something to take away that deep right. And so, let's see. See what happens, right? This guy plays underneath, and Wesley clicks on. Or Fancy clicks on, rather. Apologies for getting these names kind of wrong. Wesley is in the Falcons uniforms. Fancy's in the Cowboys. I keep on kind of talking too fast and messing up the name, so that is on me. But it is always interesting in my mind. You get the opportunity here. One of the things you think about when you're on camera, quick touchdown. One of the opportunities you think about when you're on camera is, what are you going to wear, right? Because this will be on ESPN. This will be on all these different things. That's a weird shirt, I feel like. And it's like, what are you going to wear? That's a good question. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure that goes into it. Do you change outfits right before? I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I remember I put a lot of thought into mine. I wore an outfit I usually wear, but it was a nice outfit. Let's go. Boom. Not really there. Up the middle, scrambles, gets down. Now Wesley moving. Getting all the way down to the 4-yard line after that. Now we're going to see, usually inside the 10, and then especially inside the 5, you'll see people kind of switch their offenses up. Very rarely can you run the same offense that got you here. And so I'm curious what Wesley does in this situation to kind of just, get the last few yards that you need. And he's coming out in the gun slot right. There was a glitch play in this formation beginning of the year out of PA screen. Just not good anymore, but he's actually going to just use that to audible down. Curious if he has any plays that he likes out of it. And he needs to snap this ball fast or burn a timeout. No, he gets it off. Auto shed, though. That's either goal line stuff or no outsiders on Julius Peppers. I'm not sure which, but gets an easy instant shed. And that's going to push Wesley back. Probably going to back into the gun. Yep. Notice how, 4-yard line, under center. 8-yard line, he's back in the gun. This is a nice horizontal spacing combo. Gotta watch that zig in the flat or zig in the seam. Gotta watch the flat. And he's going to go out route. Has it. Glad he got a good pass lead on that, even though he read past a really good read. The out route did run a little deeper than it looks like it would. But look, outside corner kind of sits right here. Pass lead that up here. Very good pass. Honestly, really good, just recognition knowing you could throw it. And then, maybe that red pass may have actually helped him some, too. Get a little bit further out of a pass lead, up and out. And Wesley answers right back. He also gets ball at half. Fancy has a good amount of time. But, if you're Wesley, you're not in the worst spot ever. And you assume, if you're ever going to win one of these games, you have to get stops throughout it. Okay, is this... But see, I'm seeing some, a zip up. This is a jacket. It's a black jacket. Okay. It's a black jacket with what appears to be a heavy black shirt underneath it, which is why I was getting confused. See what I'm saying? You can see the zip. You can see the little zippers. Interesting. There's that seam ball that we were talking about. Fancy hits it and is almost already back in field goal range. And that's just where if you see those double seams happening, you almost have to get on that safety or else you're going to be in for a bad time. It's just very tough. Very, very tough to defend it. Now, Fancy, you're going to go to the touch pass here. Outside, able to get a few. I thought maybe he would chew the clock a little bit before that play call. He doesn't. I'm curious if he begins to a little bit now.
just because he knows Wesley gets ball. He knows he's not guaranteed 3, obviously, but he's very close to 3. Um, and just go into half, up 2 possessions, guaranteed. Right, I'm curious. Halfback streak out of the backfield, pressures there, great pocket. And that's one of the ones that I think these guys are so, like, this is one of the areas I think people are so much better than me nowadays at, of being able to know what you can throw and can't throw. Because like this to me is so, like, I'll be so real with you, and it's just not how the game's played anymore. I know this, but this to me is so scary. I think Peppers could pick this, and he can't like he cannot. But in for man maybe 5 Maddens that I can think of, he absolutely could have. Even last year I think he could have if he had Lurker. Um, Yeah, it's just interesting. Like that is one area that I'm so bad at is knowing where the defensive player can get to. And here's the chewing of the clock by Fancy. He's gonna call a little inside zone action. Gets a few yards too. Is in the middle of the field, but he's gonna take this to the 2. And Wesley only has 1 timeout as well, right? He used one earlier. I did not see when he used that second one. But this is a situation where that is gonna come back a little bit because Fancy, if he's able to get one more first down, he could run out this half. Um, and so that's where even the idea that, and people say this so often, I say it too, but it's not even always accurate. Wow, that tight end just got super bumped. Missed a touchdown too. Just didn't have time. Is first half, burn those timeouts, you can't keep them. Part of that is though, you might be in a situation like this where Wesley could lose a possession because he burnt those timeouts early for different reasons. So I mean, it's tough, right? It's tough. Going double seams, drag underneath. Notice how, and Fancy falls down. He's going to make sure he takes away the rest of his half. Wesley knows it. Wesley's annoyed by it. Some of you see both these guys doing a good job of here and there. Not only are they attacking the seams, which is something that I keep on stressing so much to one myself, because that's how I need to get better at the game. But also to you guys, because it's just really important that you're good at attacking the seams. Is the other area is drags, right? And those are 2 great ways of attacking the middle of the field. And the reason those can almost like complement each other so well inside of an offense, because think about if you throw a drag, how far past the line of scrimmage are you catching that ball? 3 yards, you're right, give or take, past all the offensive line, the line of scrimmage. If you're throwing a seam streak, how far past the line of scrimmage are you throwing that? Are you catching it? 10 to 15, right, give or take? So just the vertical distance between those can stretch the defense, right? There's something to keep in mind, especially inside of a scheme where you're trying to attack the field in different ways. Yeah, Wesley's out of timeouts, 2nd and 4. Fancy should absolutely run this all the way down. He can go touch pass again, so it's just going to keep the clock going. He doesn't run it all the way down. And we might see a tackle short. So, he kind of messed up not running it all the way down, because that actually gives Wesley an extra 10 seconds potentially, which sounds like it's not a ton, but in the event that Wesley does get points here before half, it'll probably come down to the final seconds, right? So just kind of something where it's like, oh, he's going to go to trips tight end PA slot corner. And I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how good this route combo is this close, and it's apparently very good. Sure. I don't even think this route combo is great in this situation. Maybe it is. I mean, it's great, like left side horizontally. Just kind of an overcommit with the switch stick right there. Good news for Wesley is that it's actually bagged, but that maybe it would have been a touchdown pass lead inside. Interesting. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. But Wesley with the ball, 54 seconds, down 14, gets ball at half. So we'll see what he's able to do. If you're fancy, that snag route's what you're so cool with giving up. Oh, that's a pick. Oh, what happened here for Wesley to throw this? What happened here? Playmaker up. Oh, he just timed it wrong, barely. So usually when this type of thing happens, you playmaker somebody up and a zone is trailing him. So Jamel Dean, is he manned up? No, he's not. So usually this guy will stop at some point, right? Because you think this is like a hook curl or a zone of some sort. He just keeps trailing. And actually, I think as the ball gets thrown, you can see him stop. Like he stops right here. He's actually stopping right here, but ball's already out. So now he's going to go play the ball. So Wesley almost mistimes this by just a second. Watching in real time, watch Jamel Dean's, watch his hips flip to where he's going to stop. Right? Watch. He does it right when the ball got thrown. He did it, but then he's going to go play the ball. So just like a missed timing of like a half second. He carried him more vertically than I thought he would. I'm not 100% sure why. But for Fancy, that's massive because now we're giving another 3, and we can make this a 3-possession game. Obviously, if you don't know this in football, 3-possession games are really hard to lose. Really hard to win if you're down, right? So he's up 14. Now we got 44 seconds left. Get back to the gameplay here, broadcast crew. There we go. He's in that doubles. And here's that route combo he threw a touchdown on earlier, or almost the same. I hit a quick woo. Would like to see that one get. That's one of those ones, dude, where I'm like, if you're Fancy, like this is a great switch stick. I guess what do you guys want to have happen right here? I think this is a great. I think this should be a pick. I think this should be a pick. I think it's a great switch stick. You play it the entire like. I think that's a pick, and that's Calvin Johnson. That's 6'6". I think he picks that. I think it's a great play. I don't know. I'm curious if Fancy knows that can't get picked. I have no idea. Watch a seam right here. Not there that time, but goes drag underneath. And so you see kind of what I'm talking about even right there on the same play. Seam stretches vertically, drag goes underneath. Just takes a lot of resources to stop both of those, right? And it's just like, man, it's just tough. It's just tough. It really is. It really, really is. See how Fancy's gonna let that blitz come in. That time, nothing open quick. Gets to a 3rd and 4. And honestly, you know, some people might run right here just to guarantee the end of the half coming. I don't think you need to. You can pass the ball, and if you stop the clock, it's kind of whatever. Just because this play will take 4 seconds, right? So now we stop the clock at 24 seconds. Field goal takes 4 seconds, 20 seconds. Wesley gets ball at 20 seconds, down 3 possessions. He shouldn't get points, right? So I don't think some people would run the ball right here. I think you actually go for a touchdown shot or a first down, right? Let's see. See, not there, picked off. And that's just a really good undercut. Might be able to get 6. No. Wow, that's really the only thing you couldn't do. Yeah, just getting a little greedy. And yeah, I think it's Rasul Douglas just plays it underneath the entire way. I think that was a man up, shaded down, or could have been a vert hook. Wow. Wesley does get 1st and 10 from the 22. He's in his own end zone, or 1st and 10 from the 4. 22 seconds left. Good pocket by him. It was a crazy pancake on that play. And Fancy's not going to call a timeout. Wesley obviously can't. And he'll go into half down 14. Good news for him being literally just the fact that, wow. Oh, they like skipped a play. Okay. Literally just the fact that, he has ball, right? So it's not the end of the world. He can get a stop. Immediately hits a quick out route. And now on 1st and 10, we have tight end wide side. Watch this quick little flood concept to the right. And one of the best ways to stop a flood concept, I get asked so often, how do you want to defend corner routes? Is to throw yourself onto the flat defender with a switch stick. Look, like we have corner route attacking here, flat route attacking here. Switch stick's going to go here from Fancy. And it's hard to throw either. Then he gets off him. I will say kind of a super aggressive switch stick from Fancy because the corner route was open. He was trying like to super undercut that in route. And I don't 100% know if he even meant to go to that outside corner, but he did. And now Wesley can go back to the same route combo, just going to the left side this time. Good pocket. And, ooh, we see one of the best ways to pick up blitzes in this game. And this goes every year, actually, kind of, is good pocket. Look right here. Steps up. This guy gets picked up. Now, part of the reason he can have such good pocket right here is because Fancy's zoning out this guy. So there's no interior pressure. So what are Fancy's trying to send 3? Well, that means that you can step up a ton. Almost a pick, though. Almost could have been a tip pick. And that would have been tough for the kid named Wesley. Wesley making quick work of this, right? Big part of, that. A little bad animation. Why did, I'm actually curious of this. Big part of, obviously, comebacks is scoring fast. So this is a deep out route, I believe, actually. And is that a soft squat? I'm trying to think. That'd have to be a soft squat, right? That just did that? Because he was flat-footed, they just let him run by him. Yeah, the way he played that, I'm pretty sure that's a soft squat. And then matches up. If I'm wrong, I don't know what that deep zone is. I'll be 100% honest, I don't know what that deep zone is. Because it's not a cloud that would follow him up like that. Obviously not a hard flat. And no deep zone. No deep zone should just let him run right by unless that was like a glitch play of some sort. I don't think it is. But again, Madden can be weird sometimes. But Interesting. All right. Oh, you see the little look over by Wesley? So now we're seeing the full jacket, though, by the way. Now he's almost loosened up, and you can see it in his game, right? And that's why, your appearance is so important in this, because before Wesley, that jacket was real closed. I was unsure of what it was. And honestly, I was unsure of his game, even. But now, notice the jacket's free. We can see the zipper. We can easily see the distinction between jacket and shirt right here. And what I thought before was a heavy shirt actually started to appear to me like just a very nice black tee, something that I personally would rock myself. So this goes from me saying, Wesley, I'm not sure of your style, to me saying, Wesley, I respect your game, brother. I see it. And this is why so much of Madden comes down purely to the clothes that you wear. Oh, I have too much fun with these, dude. I know someone's like taking this super serious and is like, is he being serious right now? Does it actually matter what I wear? I don't know. Kind of a high level thing right here that you may have missed is Fancy on offense here purposely does not scramble forward to get more yards. If he does, he's not gonna be able to slide. So he goes almost horizontal to make sure that he's gonna get a sack animation, rather than if he goes forward, he's gonna become a ball carrier, which you could fumble on. So like a very small thing, but actually super real. Genuinely super real. And now, watch this right here. Not there. Gonna hit that hitch, though. And so this is just a way of, because in this game, you have to commit so many resources to the inside. From this formation, you can play little two-man games to the sidelines and just put the defense in such a tough spot. Watch right here now. He's gonna go, oh, well, he might have audibled out. He did. He's gonna go touch pass instead. Okay. He's gonna go touch pass instead still. But those little two-man games to the sidelines that these guys can do a good job of. Little fake hot route. Man, I remember sitting in Xbox parties with Fancy back in Madden 20, Madden 19. He got mad at people for fake hot route. Interesting how times change as he gets to all. Fancy used to rage when people would fake hot route and to get auto broken tackles. Well, Fancy, if you're watching this, Jacob, oh, how the times change. I saw you smile after that. You're not too mad about the auto broken tackles anymore, brother. Nah, I'm trolling. I'm trolling too much this video. Good stick, though. Good stick. Something that's crazy is that always the great passers, it's always been underrated how, like I'll be so real with you. A great passer can run the ball like a great runner pretty easily. Or like a great passer can run the ball like a good runner very easily. A great runner passes the ball like a terrible passer. Like, that's so true. Obviously, jet touch pass, not exactly a run, but you get the idea. Some of his players are tired. I'm curious if that maybe actually changes his play call here on 2nd and 4. And notice no real clock chewing, anything like that. He could if he wanted to, but the biggest thing is just scoring that 7. Keep Wesley in a little bit of a hole, right? Go back to the touch pass. It's been hit or miss, right? He has that one big gain. This time Wesley's kind of not there. I thought he would be. And we're gonna see JMO fall forward for the first, just barely. First and goal now from the 5. And a big opportunity here. As much as it sucks that Fancy's so close to the end zone for Wesley, this is a big opportunity for Wesley to get a stop and even get a full stop, because some people down here, they won't settle for 3, right? So you could catch Fancy in a situation where he gets to a 4th and goal from the 1 or 2, goes for it, and now Wesley has a chance to go tie the game. So this is, so I feel like some people, especially who play a little bit more casually, like see a situation and are like, man, I lose almost. When it's like, man, this situation is an opportunity. And it's an opportunity for Fancy to scramble up the middle for a score. Something to keep in mind here, a unique way of running a very meta route combo. What do we see on the left side? We have a flat over here. We have a zig. We see it out of so many different things. It's just a unique way of doing the same thing. Really good job by Fancy taking off up the middle, especially when Wesley has a spy here. Oh, no, he didn't. That's not a spy. That just looked like a spy at first. Okay, I was going to say, how'd he beat the spy up the middle? Okay. But yeah, he didn't. Also, potentially could have thrown X, just doesn't. Ends up getting the touchdown nonetheless. And now we have about 7 minutes left in this game where Fancy is up 14. Wesley has ball. Boo! Pepper's starting to get out there, and that's from that D tackle spot, dude. He is a weapon at the D tackle spot. Like an absolute weapon. Notice how fast both these guys, for the most part, are getting rid of the ball, by the way. One of the biggest changes, I was talking about earlier, changes between, old Madden's this Madden. One of the bigger ones is that you don't have time for a lot of these crossers, even corner routes to get open anymore, right? Deep post. Right there, you see an example of him trying to hit a tight end post, or no, he was either trying to hit the tight end post or something on the left side of the field, a little bit deeper, and just doesn't have time. These guys are so good at getting the ball out quick, which is massive skill gap to consistently get the ball out fast while making accurate reads. Now, part of that, the reason the game has transitioned a little bit that way is because of the fact that the user just can't do what they could do before. Before, you used to have to snap the ball and like almost like make the user go one way or another and like get out of the frame. Now, if the user is on top of somebody, not much he can do. Good dot right there to Calvin as Wesley's going to now hit the 42-yard line. And a little bit of a runoff probably takes us to 125 or so. Good dot. Good dot, good dot, good dot. And we haven't seen a great switch stick turnover yet, but I do think we've seen switch stick, good pass lead, switch stick kind of dictating a little bit of what Wesley's able to throw. You just have to be aware of it, right? You just have to be aware of it always. Let's see here. Wysale. This is Wesley's possibly his like favorite play. At least he gets fancy. Bad pocket, but able to hit the corner route nonetheless. That time he is able to. The loop blitz did get picked up. And we really run it. Dude, they run so many of these back. I'm like, it's cool. It's cool. It's great for me because I don't have to run back myself. But I mean, if you've watched these that we've talked about, oh my goodness. There's so many that they run like that. They do the run it back. Nothing really there. Pressure. I will say what they're so good. I feel like these guys don't throw many D-line picks. And some I'm bad about is when I try to play like this, I just hold on to the ball a second too long, and I get a bunch of those. And if you get a bunch of those, you know what happens? Random 400-pounder snagging the ball. Oh, trip time to flex. Okay. Show me something. Show me something. Loop gets picked up. Really good pressure. A really good pocket. Oh! Really good play. Gets this left seam. Kind of in a unique way. I haven't really seen that play get called. And Wesley gets cheated. You'd love to see that be caught for a touchdown. You need that call for a touchdown this game. And so Fancy, that's the thing. Like, you'll bag up a few times in the red zone, but you're going to give up probably like, there's going to be some open routes here and there too. And when you get a gift from the game like that, it's like, oh man, now you just got to lock in, bag up for 2 plays. 3rd and goal from the 7. You know it's probably not a run either. And I'm curious, this combo. Okay. Nothing really there. That's a tough ball. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. High ball to Calvin. Does he playmaker him up? Or is that just purely pass leading? That's purely a pass lead all the way up. High ball. Wow. That, dude, I'm telling you, bro. You get good at pass leading. It's one of those things that makes a difference. How many of you guys have thrown this ball and making a catch for a touchdown? I know a lot of dudes throwing a pick right here. I know a lot of dudes throwing a pick right here. Also, for what it's worth, if that's Tyreek Hill, for example, not a touchdown. He's just too small. He can't get that same animation because he's shorter trying to get behind a defender. You just can't do that, right? Wow, that's a run it back replay worthy play. If you're fancy, bro, it's like, bro, come on. Because that's great defense. I think that's great defense. Right? Halfback corner out again. Hits him in the seam. That's one of the cool things with the halfback corner is that the way he runs can be kind of a seaman demon-esque route. So you're able to pop him. And if you're fancy, dude, you don't chew, right? Don't start running the ball, but like get out of this quarter. This should be the last play of the quarter, without a doubt. Like get out of the and he's gonna go touch pass pretty much for that reason. Like this should absolutely end the quarter, right? And he's had some success with this, and he's gonna have a little success right here, a lot of success right here, a lot of success right here. Incredible amount of success on that play. And dude, that's just such a killer for Wesley too, dude. Because like, is this a good play by Fancy? Like, yeah. At the same time, it's like, bro, he didn't even like do much. Like, you know what I mean? He didn't dot you down the field or something. And now it's a 2-possession game again. Because now we're absolutely in a spot, by the way. And earlier we were kind of too, but some people were kind of dumb. I think Fancy would never do it. Where, I mean, even a 4th and inches from the goal line, you're kicking your 3, right? You're kicking your 3, 100%. But if Fancy keeps passing, this area could be tough to pass in. So there is opportunity for a turnover in the passing game potentially here. Fancy will call inside zone to start. Gets absolutely shot by Pat Tillman, and we're gonna see that clock go a little bit. 2nd and goal dropping. Let's see what we got. Oh, I think he might have been throwing a pick. Looked like he was trying to highball that wheel, but That was, I think, Chris Johnson on the wheel, right? With Calvin Johnson trailing. I don't know. That's tough. That stop the clock though. And it's almost, dude, this is just such a tough area. I'm so curious what this play call is. This just a halfback. No, I thought he was gonna go halfback corner. No. I I mean this is okay. Okay. Yeah. This makes sense now. Instant pressure. Fancy holds on to it. He's gonna kick the three. He's gonna get the three. He's gonna go up 10 points. And let's see where we're at after the 30-second skip really fast. But yeah, no, let's skip again. And we're still here. All right. We are still looking at the players. Wow, notice the dent in the water bottle. Water's right here, but dent is right there. It's a firm grip from Fancy. I've never shaken his hand, but I assume it'll hurt. All right, touch pass. Touch pass? Oh, it's Wesley's almost just trying to get a cheap one, just like Fancy's gotten 2 big plays from the touch passes. Not gonna have it though, and he's gonna get out of bounds. Getting out of bounds is an important thing here. You do have plenty of time, like plenty, I say tentatively, but 4 minutes down 10 with ball, you have time. So you could still run, some things like that, especially you thought you had something. Seam not there, not really there. Playmaker backwards not gonna be there. Great defense from Fancy. No switch stick, all user. And again, something like that, dude, that's game. That's where those get so close. And I mean, you just got to be so wary of it. You just have to be so wary of it. Let's watch cheat flat X post. Every play here, and Fancy knows it'll stop. He wins, especially with where the time's at. Wesley going a little bit of a different route combo, gets that's picked. Wow, I don't know, a little bit of bumping happened on defense, a little bit weird. Let's see. Watch the tight end here. So this guy's manned up onto the tight end, and is there bumping that happens right here? No. Oh, wow. This would never get picked, by the way. Oh. The defender bumped him into position. Look at that. So Tillman was not going to pick that. He wouldn't undercut that on his own. And I actually wish he would, but he wouldn't. But he gets bumped. Watch his pass. So he's here. He's here. Watch Davis and Tillman right here. Boom. Like, this is actually, like, this looks open, right? But Tillman's going to bump into Davis ever so slightly right there and bring him down. I'll just let it run again just so you can see. It's actually like, Fancy kind of got lucky for that. Fancy kind of got lucky on that. I can't lie to you. Boom, bumps him down, lets him undercut it. Fancy gets a big return down to the 20. And he's going to run the ball some. 2nd and 5 right here. All right, let's see. 2 clock. Absolutely. If Wesley could hold him to 3, it's not the end of the world, right? There is life. I do think if you're Fancy, while you are chewing clock, you almost are kind of going for that dagger. No, he's going to take a sack. Because just like, if you get 7, GG's. 3, still a game, obviously. Let's see what he does here. Comes back into gun normals while off close. And he's going to go PA snag. Such a big down here. Such a big down. Even a first down just kills so much. Ooh. I'm curious. Do you just kick? You could go. I actually think you go dagger. You kind of got gifted an interception. I think the first down, even that, just time implication wise, that is dagger. 3 is life for him. 3 keeps life alive. I'm curious. He's gonna kick. Okay. And again, it's hard to blame that decision. But man, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, man, you just get that first down. Yeah, he's gonna kick it. He'll go up 13. The pros of this though is that if Wesley somehow does score 2 touchdowns in 2 minutes, Fancy just needs 3 to go win the game. So it's like, it's hard to hate on that, but he was absolutely contemplating it. And man, I think I'm going for the dagger. I'm probably not getting it and losing because of it. But nonetheless, that's neither here nor there. Let's go. All right. So Wesley, that keeps life alive for Wesley though. Absolutely does. Oh. All right. Another one. I can't lie. Wesley's gotten close to some of these D-line picks. Like right there's another example of like that ball just barely getting out of his QB's hands. I've said it some recently. I'm curious if they ever go back to when like that would happen, the QB would just like hold on to it. Switch stick,
Great click on. Oh, he drops it, though, at the 2-minute warning. So it would have been inbounds. The 2-minute warning would have stopped the clock anyways. No drink's been drank out of that water bottle, it looks like, from Fancy since the last time we looked at it. Still bent the same way. Me, personally, I would have unbent it by now, just a personal thing, but we're going for, might be a bomb on the left? I don't think so. It is. Switch sticked up, and this is just really good recognition from Fancy. This is one of the things where, like, you're looking at the field, you kind of recognize what the route combo is right here developing, and he just gets it. Wow, GG's. And Fancy can be around with this clock. We'll skip ahead some, but like this is G's. They pause. GG's. Fancy moves on. The Madden Bowl Championship. This is the ultimate game of Madden 25. We have Fancy against John Beast. Fancy has put on one of the best MCS seasons, Madden Championship Series seasons, literally ever. At this point, he is he's won 2 belts, and he's going for the Madden Bowl Championship right here. He's going to be starting with the game on offense, but really I want to focus on Fancy's defense throughout this video, throughout this breakdown. Now, what's kind of cool here, you get a quick look at the lineup, is that Fancy, the number 1 seed, John Beast, number 2 seed. So going into the tournament, they were number 1 and number 2. And guess what? They made it to the finals. Now, this first play is going to get snapped kind of quick right here. But what we're going to see is that Fancy is in the gun normal Y off close. Probably going to be Eagles playbook for this. And immediately, he's running this play, which is this little return route, little post, a little streak from the halfback. That's R1, little flat from the tight end. When we get a chance to get back to the line of scrimmage, you'll see this. This play actually is an auto motion originally. It's a cheat X whip or like return or something like that. Or cheat X post. I can't remember exactly what the name of the play is, but has that little return route, little stock post. It's a really good play. It's one that it incorporates a bunch of different route combos. Now, he'll usually do it to the wide side of the field. A big thing with this style of offense, actually, what makes gun normals Y off close, this formation, so unique, is that sometimes there's certain plays that they're going to run with their halfback to the short side. Then there's other plays that they'll run with their halfback to the wide side of the field. And so, because they're willing to flip which side the halfback is on, wide side or short side, it almost makes it like 2 different formations in and of itself. Typically, you'd see like, oh, I run gun bunch. My bunch will always be to the short side or always typically be to the wide side. Here, we're actually flipping where we want the wide and short side based on what play calls we want, which could also be a tell, by the way. Right here, he's going to end up flipping this. Now, the route combo he ran before was flat, post. This is a stock post. We had a return route right here. Then we had a streak attacking right here. So it's going to really attack that middle of the field. But also we had a streak going on the outside. He may have had a touchdown that last play too. Because of a kind of a poor switch stick from John Beast. Fancy steps up in the pocket. That's always a scary one taking off like that. And you even see John Beast kind of pucker his lips because he knows how scary that can be at times. Fancy picks up the first down. Now, John's going to be in the dime 3-2, also known as dollar. You could run this from dime 1-4 if you wanted to. A few different ways to run this. But a lot of loop blitz, a lot of engages. Now, notice what happens here. One of the big things of stopping jet sweeps is getting your user involved. Well, with this engage blitz that John Beast is trying to do right here, where he's going to get up on the line of scrimmage, he can't. John Beast, though, sees the auto motion, gets on this guy to try jumping it. Watch what happens. Look. John Beast gets in the gap. Fancy calls this touch pass. Then John Beast loops on this guy. Now, overall, wasn't great defense, but it was a decent idea for John Beast. That's how he kind of wants to defend that, it looks like. Just like looping with that backside backer. I'm curious how well this works. Notice right here, we have tight end and halfback to the short side. And here, we're going to go with the quick seam. This is very much a... You'll throw that late. Great pocket. That's always so tough. That play right there is usually more of a quick hitter where you're trying to attack that quick seam to the tight end, potentially hit that fade. But with the drag and in route over the middle, you have the potential for some a little bit later developing stuff. And on his QB, Drake May, Fancy's going to have the ability called Master Tactician. Here's actually, there's that play art we were talking about. Fancy's going back to this play again. He's called it now, I think, this might be the 3rd time. It's at least the 2nd time. And so that kind of tells you. That means it's a good play, right? That means it is a good play. Let's see what Fancy's going to go to here as he calls PA snag. But, shoot, I just lost what I was saying a second ago. There was something I was saying, I just totally lost it. Whatever, we'll get back to it at some point, I'm sure. Steps up.
And notice Fancy's doing a great job. So many people walk backwards against this. That's 2 rushes he's had up the middle on his first drive. And that playmaker or I'm sorry, he has the ability on Drake May. What I was saying is he has the ability Master Tactician on him, which has QB playmaker built in. Now, he stepped up so far in the pocket on that big dot to the drag that he playmakered up, which brought John B's user down to open that up. Good pocket. Ends up getting sacked, though. Little 4-man rush. Kind of what you're hoping for if you're John Beast is that by sending 4, you will get some one-on-ones, especially with your D tackle on the center. So an opportunity. 3rd and 12. Fancy going back to this. Notice Fancy's calling a lot of the same plays consistently. Good pocket, able to roll out. Not really there. Jeez. Oh, I thought almost a pick. And Fancy's going to end up settling for 3. Good defense for John Beast. Getting a half stop right there is tough. Getting a half stop is tough right there. Chance to see John B's defense, or offense rather. Now, Fancy on defense, what I want to point out. It's not so much, Fancy's not going to make some crazy adjustments. He doesn't have some crazy abilities going on, anything like that. It's really the way he actually plays defense. And this is a great example. This is such a good example of it right here. Just off of what we see, because it goes immediately from this screen into the gameplay. We see 4 switch sticks. Users defending a drag. This user was engaged with the offensive line. Now it's defending a drag. Now the user's up here. So wait here, up here defending a post route. Now, then the user's going to go back here. Watch. This is all switch stick. Bang. Now the user's down, going up to defend circle, looks like. Then he's back to try to defend that post. A big thing that switch stick can do that I think people kind of underestimate. Also, notice where John Beast got hit right there. Fancy stepping up in the pocket. John Beast kind of drifting back. Is while switch stick, very big for getting picks, defending different routes, etc., etc. A big thing switch stick can do, especially like a really good one, is switch stick can really make you hold on to the ball. And as a quarterback, if you hold on to the ball, you're more likely to get pressure, right? Because you're going to get sheds, blitzes are going to come in, etc., etc. Also, if you're wondering why my setup looks a little bit different, I just moved. This is actually the first video I'm ever recording in my new apartment. So the setup isn't set up yet. I literally just got my stuff here. I just got to a point where I'm like functional for my apartment. I can sleep and I can eat and I can work. So, like those are the big keys. Now everything else is like kind of gravy. Nice little playmaker backwards. Both these guys got Master Tactician on their QB. Very big ability. And it's one of those kind of bailout abilities too. I think playmakers shouldn't be in the game. Not, at least the ability, the way it is. Oh, bad rack animation. Bad rack. So John B's Fancy run to the double safety go, which is a stock play, which brings your safeties down. Usually this guy would be right here and right here. They come down. But what Fancy does is he goes cover 2 on this left side. So he puts this guy in a deep half. It's just he's so far down, he's not going to get to a fade, right? So watch this left side. Watch this. And John Beast, notice where John Beast is throwing this already. He's already, and like I paused this late. He's already pushing this ball up. He sees this guy not flipping his hips. He knows he's going to run past him. Fancy trying to switch stick up here to Cooper DeJean, trying to get over, just not going to be able to. But you can see Fancy's already up here on Cooper. Just not fast enough. He's trying to get there. Fancy, honestly, pretty fortunate to get a pretty favorable rack innovation from John Beast. Again, you're seeing so much switch sticking. I like the beanie from John Beast, by the way. I like the beanie. Sweatshirts, the shirt, I can't really tell. Okay. We'll talk about his clothes in a second. The chain's cool. My dad tried to get me to wear a chain. I don't think I'm ever gonna wear a chain. Like a little necklace. So right there, man, they kind of cut this off. John Beast is trying to take a little hole shot again against cover 2. Let's see it. So the goal here, this guy's going up. You're going to hit this guy in the back corner. I don't know if he gets a bad pass lead or if that guy just carries more than he thinks he will. I think kind of the pass lead wasn't very far. Because the way John Beast had to swerve that down even, I don't think he could have caught that in stride no matter what. I think that could have been a touch. I'm interested. Because that pass lead, let's see the replay. I feel like from here, he kind of bumps. Oh, look at this route. That's what happens. Look at the wheel route. When they hit the sideline, the routes can kind of bump a little bit and not run. Notice how he is running kind of slow right there. So he's not really running full speed. That is why the trajectory of that ball's off. Because it was a good read. If the route had ran correctly.
Fancy going to that touch pass, and looks like John Beast actually doesn't have a great answer for the touch pass early. 2 calls of it for like, what, 18 yards total? So something that now John Beast has to be aware of. And Fancy gonna go to the play PA snag. It's very good against loop blitzes. And it's another like very... So backstory here. Fancy and I got into Madden around the same time. I was a part of a Madden crew, it was called, that he won a tournament to join. This is when we were all like, before we were doing YouTube, before we were playing comp, anything like that. And this is one of the route combos that our crew was very known for, very horizontally based route combo where we're gonna go quick little triangle almost here with bang. Not really a triangle, kind of a triangle. There's a triangle there, but very underneath right here, right? Drag, snag, flat. All these routes attacking 2 yards ish. Then we're gonna go streak, post over the top. This stresses the defense so much. So much. And notice something here. This can't go for granted. John Beast's blitz is not working right now. Fan's gonna take this to 2-minute or 2-second quarter. His blitz is not working right now against Fancy sending everybody out. And that's tough. Loop right there gets picked up too. Mind you, it's a 3-man. Playmaker again. Oh, but he swerves it incorrectly. Gonna bring up a 3rd and inches. Had to kind of swerve it to protect that ball. This is being filmed in London, England, just across the pond. Never been there. Don't know if I'll ever go there, but nonetheless. None really there. Good set. And there's that same route combo again. One thing Fancy's always done, this has been year after year, ever since I've known him since Madden 19, is he's really good at a few plays. It's a style of offense. It's how I try to play offense too. Goes back to the same thing. And I'm at my best when I'm able to do that. Goes back to the same play. Bang, bang. Easy money. As it would hit that little halfback streak. Big thing that he has going for him right now, though, is he's getting a lot of time. He's picking up the blitzes. He's got great pocket right now. Knows 5. I'm not sure what abilities he has on his offensive line, but 5 O-line abilities. Dropping back. That loop blitz gets picked up. Gonna roll out this time. Gonna get his yards. And he's doing such a good job attacking with his QB too. If you're John Beast, that is something where if Fancy's going to attack with his QB like that, you don't hate it because fumbling with your quarterback is so prevalent and all it takes is kind of one unlucky thing. But if you're Fancy and you could do it consistently, it opens up your offense so much, you know. Now Fancy going to flip the formation, get that halfback to the wide side. And guess what play he's going to? Same one as before. The halfback route was a little glitched, but going to it again. You get that post route. Bang. And this is what I mean by calling good plays. You call good plays, very, very tough to stop you. And that sounds obvious, but I think sometimes people really overthink it. And just call good plays, then execute. Those are the things you have to do. Call good plays, then we execute. Let's see what he does here from the pistol, wing flex close. Little halfback zone. Almost looked like he got shot. William Perry into the end zone just barely. And Fancy just like that. Up a quick 10-0. Now, the one thing to keep in mind here is that there's 3.5 minutes left in the second quarter. So John Beast, plenty of time to get 7. John Beast also gets ball at half. So he could get into a spot where he takes the lead even in this game before Fancy ever sees the ball. Fancy just called a timeout. Not 100% sure why, but probably some kind of blown coverage, something he didn't like. So I respect the timeout call. Now John Beast still in that gun doubles or gun double Y off close. Playmaker back. That's a crazy throw. Interesting. Is John Beast in the gun? Oh, he's in the doubles Y off close. Not gun normal. He's in doubles, which is essentially the same idea. A lot of the same plays. Post almost there with the switch kick, and that's where the switch kick's so powerful. Watch Fancy right here. See, and the big thing that Fancy's doing is recognizing where routes are getting open. Like this route's running to an open area. This guy's going down here, but you can see Fancy's already switching onto this guy to jump it. Now he doesn't jump it completely. He doesn't get there, but that's just one of those things that John Beast is not dumb. He recognizes that was like a little bit close. And he's like, oh. And that could come back later where John Beast might end up holding the ball more than or longer than he wants to. Playmaker backwards, ends up throwing a book, ends up getting cheated. Oh. Fancy gets a perfect switch stick right here. Plays the post, goes down, goes back up. Then just like honestly overdid it.
He overdid it. And that is one thing that the CPU is pretty bad at, is that if you throw somebody in position and then switch stick off of them to make a play on the ball, they're pretty bad at making that play. They're typically really, really bad at making that play. Oh, that'd be a little crazy. Not sure if somehow you could have Truz on Jane Daniels, but he looked like he was getting aggressive right there. Fancy will get the ball back before this 2-minute warning. 100% now. John Beast moved the ball very, very fast, which I'm sure he's fine with, but something to keep in mind. Little wheel route right here. Gotta watch that. Not really there. Oh, great pocket right there. Watch this. One of the best ways to attack in the end zone, cross the back of it. Watch this back corner. Slant. Boom. Bang. Easy tutty. John Beast now. Down 3, but Fancy has ball, so you could take a 2-score lead again. So they cut immediately to the ball getting snapped again. And Fancy, with a minute 51 before half, immediately gets a massive run. This is his first time calling an inside zone all game, and now he's going to be able to chew clock. Not worry about the time at all. He's got 2 timeouts, minute 30. Ideally, obviously, he gets 7 here, but even getting, he's getting points, which is great. He's going to that touch pass. John Beast 0 for 2 for stopping this now. John Beast really can't stop this at all. Right there, I mean, even it looked more bottled up, but again, a 6. That's also going to take us underneath the 2-minute or the 1-minute mark. And Fancy's probably going to go back to this play. It looks like whenever he flips the formation, he goes to this. And he's got that post. A little scarier, but a big pocket right there in the middle. Just straight ball. I thought he might highball it, is what I was thinking. Now he's going to flip. Now he's underneath 30. No timeouts used by John Beast yet. I thought maybe he might call one, but he doesn't. And we're going to get a flag from Fancy making too many audibles, it must have been. Yeah, first of 15. Fancy made too many audibles. Still only got number off close. Both these guys, neither these guys audibly around a ton. Just calling what they call. Had 2 touchdowns that play. And that was just that was just blown defense right by John. Fancy attacks to the wheel route right here. This guy was manned up, but got switch stick. R1 was a touchdown up here. This a touchdown backside. Fancy scores a tutty with 23 seconds. Now John Beast, we're watching the replay again. John Beast here, 23 seconds, maybe gets 3. There is potential for a 3-piece on his own 30, so it's definitely not unrealistic. Has that post, actually. Oh, but the switch stick up, good click on. Oh, but the drop. And this is the power of a really good click on, though. Even though he drops this, look at this ball. You see this right here. Scary, like this guy's coming down, but notice the click on. This is where the ball's going. This is where the ball's caught. Click on, aggressive catch is one of the best things you could do with the left stick to really attack the ball. Now, with that being said, you could move him closer to another defender that does knock it out, like what happened right there. Although overall, that's one of the best skills and best mechanics to like get really good at in this game, in my opinion, at least. It'll do you some really good favors if you get good at clicking on and doing that right there. You go 5 wide. I'm curious what this is. We don't really see the 5 wide to the trip side ever, or I'm sorry, to the double side, and not really anything. Just takes a check down, backwards drag. Yeah, I personally, man, I just think that's a little. I hate to say unrealistic because I mean it is unrealistic to just like a receiver's on a slant. You just say, hey, in the middle of the route, like he's not done yet. It's not scramble drill, but hey, run backwards now. It's like to me, I think it's my issue with it. Really, I think with Playmaker is I think it's overpowered. And that's really where I draw my line, where there's not a great counter, in my opinion, to Playmaker, because the receiver will just move way faster than a user or a CPU defender can keep up with them. Now, John Beast does get stopped, so he's going to punt it right here. Smart punt. But getting stopped is kind of tough. Like, I'll be honest. He stopped right here, and he went full. I mean, there's a chance Fancy gets busy. Unlikely. But hey, not being able to get 3 right there from John Beast is tough. And we're going to go directly into half. Oh, they just went direct. There's no halftime show? Oh, this was cut. Okay. This is an edited version of this. Yeah, because they literally skipped the entire first play. I'm like, where's the halftime show? I forgot. I didn't take the live version of this. I took the VOD. They do a VOD up of this on the Madden competitive gaming channel. Type that in. So, John B, 2nd and 10 right here. PA snag is a play call. Double slants. Ooh. I look, Jambi's better than me. I think that route combo sucked. He had a lot of things that just attacking that left seam, essentially. I felt like they're all going to run into each other. I don't know. I'd be surprised if we see that play again. If we do, then maybe he knows something I don't. I almost feel like that was like a busted play that he just snapped. 4th and 5. And this is where if you're fancy, you're up 10, you have a chance to, you won't win the game right here, but you could put John Beast in a really bad spot in the biggest game of his life. It's also the biggest game of Fancy's life as well. John Beast really looks like he's going to sell out for a very, okay. So I thought he was going to go very smash return oriented, and he is still, but he's going to attack a little bit deeper than I thought he might. R1 was a touchdown, gets the halfback instead. So close to a zone KO. And there's the crowd cheering a little bit. The London crowd. Had X, misses it though, throws Watson. There's one of those click on catches, just brings him down just a step, able to catch that. Brings it down just a step. And oh no, I just bit on the play action. Dang, I just bet on the play action. Notice what the play action did to Fancy's user. Fancy running this engage blitz. A dime 3-2. Gets caught up in it and can't get out of it. And the thing is, when you get caught in those animations as a user, you can't switch stick. So, maybe some John Beast goes back to here. I'm curious. Comes out and flips. Gonna have that tight end and halfback to the short side now. Call a little. Is he gonna keep the auto motion here? No. Okay. The quick seam hitter. Has the seam. Goes up top. Bang. I'm surprised he didn't highball it. John Beast right back in it. Look, so this is one of the downsides of switch sticking so much. And honestly, no. Fancy just starts out on this guy. I don't know if he meant to or not. Almost hesitates, though, because of it. Streak just runs right by him. And all you need is a step. I'm surprised John Beast didn't just highball this up. But I guess it's just a little scary. Highball, you catch it in stride. A little bit easier to make sure it can't get picked. But nonetheless, John Beast with the tutty. And just like that, he cuts it to 3. That's where the end of half, though, him not being able to get 3 is so tough. And even before that, not doing a better job of chewing that half out. Because he could have kept Fancy from ever touching the ball. I'm not sure. Is it potentially John Beast's mom? If it is, heck yeah. If it's random woman, also heck yeah. But not as much of a heck yeah. Fancy. And he's gotten some, I will say, Fancy's gotten some cheap yards in this game. John Beast has had no answer for the touch passes. And 2 inside zones for a combined like 100 yards. That's kind of crazy, honestly. And just barely whiffs. Low whiff. And Fancy's gone for a touchdown. That sucks if you're John. That sucks. I'll be honest with you. I call an inside zone. It ain't doing that. It ain't doing that. And something here that Fancy is exposing, we can actually see it right here, is that John Beast is trying to zone out that defensive tackle. You can see it. Watch the defensive tackle. His first steps aren't down. He backs up because he's in a hook curl. That allows the center to win by a lot, right? Because his first step was backwards, allowing the center just to pummel him back, which is a big deal. If you see someone ever really zoning out their defensive tackle, you are able to, you can run the ball at that a lot. We got backwards. We go up top. Tutty again. What happened here? This is a bad switch stick? Looks like it. No switch stick up, goes down. Fancy tries to recover with the other guy. Bang. And so we've seen some cool things from switch sticking. We've also seen some bad, right? Easy touchdown for John Beast, answers right back. And yeah, we're watching a replay right here. And now Fancy only up 3 again. Showing that, yeah, and that definitely has to be his mother. Heck yeah. And I think I'm pretty sure he mentioned in a pregame interview that he wanted to bring his mom, or like he did bring his mom out here. That's very cool. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Cool. All right, Fancy on offense. He's gonna flip. Whatever he flips, he goes into that play, right? The flat streak. I feel like he does that every single time. But like he does it right here. Man. Let's see. Really, the big thing, dude, is that John Beast isn't getting any kind of pressure on Fancy, man. Almost no pressure at all. And it's just like, Fancy's able to send 5 out so consistently because of it. That's one of the big things. If he was not able to get send 5 out, it'd be tough. But knows Fancy's pocket presence like is huge. Now right there, he does get hit, pocket collapses, and John Beast brings it to a 4th and 9. We might finally have an opportunity for John Beast to take a little bit of control of this game. He's able to get a stop, could score and take the lead. Fancy flips this time. This time, I know he's going to double seams. So he's going to a little bit more. Okay. That's a speed out. That's a predictable one from John, I'm sure. Seam. Drops it. Okay, try to fit it. Mid-zone KO or might have been deep in zone KO. With a nice little knockout on it. Okay. All right, John. Here's your opportunity. John Beast drops back. Nothing really there. Could hit the snag early, but just going to throw it away. He knows it. And you got to think, if you're John Beast, I do think John Beast hasn't played his best game so far. And mind you, Fancy just got stopped too. But for John Beast, I feel like you haven't played your best game. You've allowed some easy stuff for Fancy on offense, like really easy. And you have a chance to go take the lead. You're probably honestly feeling pretty good. Play action right here. Nothing really there. Going to throw that post. I mean, that's a... Yeah, Fancy's upset about it. That's a hot lays. That's a hot lays. And that's there. Takes a perfect pass lead. I'll be honest. Because he just got his hands on the ball. You'd probably think that's a KO. I'll be honest. You probably think that's a KO. That's a dot, but probably should be a KO. If we're gonna spend the AP on KOs, I'd like that to be a KO. I think. All right, John Beast red zone. I form wing. RPO stretch. Get a little hot route, little adjustment here. RPO stretch left side. You're gonna cut it in. Gets held up short. And this can get scary. This can get very, very scary. See what Fancy does. Double teams, or John Beast double teams the right side. Try to take away the no outsiders. Bang. Touchdown. Fancy gonna return the kick. Let's see what he does. Boom. And so that's what I'm talking about. Like, I think Fancy already... Nice spin. Fancy already got one big return this game. He's got a few jet touch passes for massive gains, a few inside zones. And not saying... He's done well on offense when he's had to play offense some too, right? He did get stopped once, but he's played pretty well. But there is something to be said for, like, in a game like this, for you to get so many yards off of freebies, kind of. It makes the game so much easier on yourself. Notice the pass lead right here. I'll be so real with you, like, I don't know what I'd do to defend this. That's an inside quarter on this tight end. Pass lead all the way in, able to click on, rat catch it, get away from the inside quarter. That's a tough one. One thing I'll say about that type of throw is that I think it's hard to make consistently because I do think you could bait it. But if someone's hitting that on you, dude, in that tight of a window, that's tough. That is tough, man. Gotta watch for the playmaker. He sees it. He knows it. Yep, and you can start predicting some playmakers too. The playmaker up is always a very predictable one, especially if someone's rolling out, have a drag. Because it's hard to playmaker that backwards. You have to, like, throw it across your body, but throwing it up the field, fairly easy. Drag underneath, bang. Fancy's able to get it. And the big way, that's probably the first time I think I've seen Fancy just take the drag instead of playmaker in some way. See the flip? Yeah, he's going to that. Yep. And he hasn't called any variations of this yet. And there actually is a variation right there, a slight one. Flat route out there. Post route in the middle. Got it. Falls forward to the 1. That's a big deal. I want to make this such a big deal. Like, I feel like so many people try to have such deep playbooks, and you don't necessarily need to have that, right? You need to master what you're good at, especially with how short these games are. Like, you need to master what you're good at and how explosive other people's offenses are. You can't afford to call plays that aren't as good as other plays, right? And that's the thing in real football as well. One, players are better at other plays and are better at certain concepts than other concepts, right? And that goes across the offensive line. That goes for receivers, tight ends, halfbacks, running backs, all that stuff. And it's also not only that, but, like, you have plays that as a coach you feel comfortable with. They're better coached. They're just executed better across the board for whatever reason it might be. And so in Madden, you see that get, like, dialed in way more, where people really optimize every single play call. And I feel like they almost do a better job of it, I feel like, than sometimes in the NFL. I don't know. We're gonna see a little speed flat right here. Check the zig. John Beast knows this play though. Oh, oh, we got called out. Okay, so John Beast overshoots this zig. Watson is there. I get that's manned up, I think. Gets caught out of bounds. And Fancy has a 4th and 1 with goal to go. He's gonna stay in pistol, looks like, looking behind John Beast's head. Yeah, that dude was manned up, I think, on the zig, it must have been. So he won't play that. That's fair. That's fair he did. Just a scary throw. Just a scary throw. I like John Beast. Yeah. I like that beanie on John Beast, bro. I'll be honest. Like, I like that. I need to see what Fancy's rocking a little bit more outfit-wise. Run play. Ah. That's brutal. John Beast's run defense was really bad this game. Really, really bad. Let me see the fit. Hoodie with the sweater vest? Is that just, oh, that's just a vest. I mean, look, he's winning in it, so I ain't a vest guy. I don't. If you ever see me in public with a vest, punch me in the nose. But like, Fancy looks good, and I'm not gonna say he doesn't look good. It's just like the vest. Anyways, just my own personal preference. Oh, back it up, back it up, back it up. All right, John Beast offense. Let's go. Fancy does not switch it at all right there. Oh, gets a crazy red that works out for him very, very well. All right, 31-28. And if you're John Beast here, I'm surprised you don't clock at all. Like, you're not even thinking about that. Switch stick gets him in position. This is one of the underrated things of switch sticking, too, is that it's not just picks, it's not just baiting, it's not just, like, making them hold the ball. It's knockouts, right? Watch right here. Gets on Cooper DeJean, comes down, able to get a mid-zone KO to activate now, which would have been an open throw had he not done it. Gets it to a 2nd and 10. And every play is so important in these games, man. They're so short. 2nd and 10, let's say John Beast gets cheated right here. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, he makes it 4th and 5. 4th down, Fancy could win the game, right? So there's something to keep in mind. There's some pressure. We haven't seen a ton of pressure yet. John Beast not able to hit that drag underneath like he wanted to. Has a single AirPod in right side. Probably has the left side too, I assume. See a camera crew killing it right there. Nice little venue we got going on. Fancy looking to engage right here. Inside quarters from the safeties. And this was the turning point in this game. Deion Sanders with the interception. And this is tough. So let's break down kind of what happens here, what John Beast sees. So usually when you see, when you have a streak and someone switch sticks onto a defender on that streak side, they hesitate for a second. Fancy switch sticked onto this left guy. But he didn't come down. He went horizontal. So John Beast saw the switch stick and was like, oh, touchdown. As usually what the read is. If switch stick here on a streak, just throw it touchdown. This guy keeps position. He just keeps position. And because of it, pick. And so watch that left side again. And this is what every comp guy does. You see this little bang, boom, you would throw it. And then boom, just didn't actually lose position. I don't know if that's a bait from Fancy or if that was a little bit of a lucky he didn't go down all the way type thing. I don't know. Nonetheless, it works out and it does bait. Fancy got a good haircut. It does bait John Beast. And there's the interception. You'll see, though, what I mean on the left side. But, like, technically, he doesn't have a touchdown. One thing John Beast did a really bad job of, though, so far this entire game, I feel like, is pocket. I feel like he's been really bad with pocket. And, yeah, pocket-wise, it just wasn't great. That wasn't. And again, like, he would have thrown it regardless, just something I noticed throughout it. So, inside zone, predictable run play. And even there, I mean, and Madden is not a game that you can run the ball well in. Like, this is hard to run the ball in this game. And so for Fancy to, like, just pick up consistent yardage whenever he wants in the run game is kind of just like, dang. Like, okay. 2nd and 4. Now he's milking that clock. Needs, oh, man, 8 or so plays on offense here to be able to end this game. Let's go. Nothing there. Gonna have that tight end. Bang. Holds on to it and gets down inbounds.
That's going to be another 120 off the clock, or it's going to be another 90 off the clock, 30-second play clocks, or it's going to be some timeouts. Should take us to a 2-minute warning. Fancy's going to go to some kind of run here, or maybe a jet touch pass, potentially. He's going to go to, I think this is an RPO read. Nope, just inside zone. I respect that. Fancy trying to drag it all the way down, because ideally this play takes us to the 2, if you're Fancy. And it doesn't. Massive, massive second difference. Massive second difference right there. I actually think Fancy could have snapped it like a split second later with 1 second on the play clock. And now, I mean, to win this game, you were coming down to hairs. Let's go. Drops back. Good read. This is always scary in this situation. That could have been his ticked out of bounds too. Where you need that first down, so you just got a dot. Like there, and it's like you have to do what you've been doing all game, but now it's so much more impactful. 3rd and 5. Let's see. Fancy will be passing right here. Oh, he's going to go to the fake jet sweep on this. Oh, he's going to the fake. Did not bite. Has RB anyways. First down. John Beast with 3 timeouts. Not going to call his first one yet. We're essentially in first down makes this a very tough game. First down on first down makes it a tough game. First down on second down makes this game over. That's where we're at right now. See, I like that. I like that from John Beast. That looked cool. I can't lie. That looked cool on camera. Inside zone. Fancy milking everything down. Gets tackled. John Beast timeout. John Beast, if he can get a stop right here, gets ball back down 6, assuming Fancy kicks, with about a minute 15, no timeouts. That's doable. Tough, but doable. John Beast drops back. Playmaker, no playmaker, just takes the drag. So this is where it's so tough, man. Because all game, I feel like Fancy's been playmaking this guy up, playmaker him back. This route could easily be bagged. Boom, gets it. 3rd and 6. Big, I mean, this is a very stoppable down and distance. And it's if you get stopped right here, do you go for it on 4th to end the game? I don't know. Interesting. Fancy going to his money play. Bang, post route, middle. John Beast over adjusted. And that's just that same play, dude. That's that same play. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, John Beast cross-manning everybody. Left the post open. Nobody there. And Fancy wins Madden 25 Madden Bowl, the greatest MCS season literally ever. Great job to Fancy. Great job to Fancy. These 2 dudes are friends. Great season to John Beast as well. Very hard to get here. And just GG's, man. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Totally free.